Okay. I think it's going. It did not give me the same confirmation screen it normally does, but it just kind of went. Seems to be working okay. Usually it just like actually asks me, but this time it just decided to go. Oh, I don't have chat. Where's my chat gone? Guess I'll have to pop it out like the old days. Oh, you know what? I think I launched the wrong OBS. It doesn't really matter. It'll be fine. Hey, Russell. Got this game for Xbox. Nice, nice, nice. What's up, Sherlock? Alright, I was just playing the game, you know, just to get a little bit warmed up. And I stumbled across this mission, right? So, you know, the frame rate right now is perfectly fine. It's like the standard frame rate. But when I look towards these robots, look at this. This is not, I am not dropping frames. This is the actual frame rate of the game right now. For some reason, this particular robot mission, the game is just like, oh god, please help. He's like, I can't do this, man. I've actually never seen it so laggy, even on like GameCube. And normally Xbox never chugs at all. So, I don't know. It's just wild. Just can't handle it. Okay, give me just a minute to get everything going. Hey, Nate. You'll have to forgive me. The setup's taking longer because I launched the wrong version of OBS. Like a noob. So I'm like having to get it set up at the same time. God, this frame rate. These robots have just killed the frame rate. Don't look at them. It's fine. They can't hurt you if you don't look at them. Uploads have been 10 out of 10. Thank you. I was pretty happy with how those highlights turned out for the most part. Only regret is there won't be any more for at least a little bit. Not that there never will be, but not the stream was yeah, I have not dropped any frames. That is just the frame rate that the game was running when trying to deal with those robots existing. Like I have dropped 0 frames. It just the game really just did not know how to deal with them. Anyways. How's it hanging? Pretty good, pretty good. Just chilling. Pretty reinvigorated after a weekend of not streaming. So, tried to get back into it. Yeah, you're like right away. Hasn't even been 5 minutes. I'm actually gonna need to take some time for my hands to warm. My hands are so cold right now.
Welcome back, I guess.
And sometimes it makes me play worse, and sometimes it really doesn't. I guess we'll see.
Before we go any further, I think
Chat isn't showing up? Oh, you were right. Why is that the case?
Just go to the pause menu and bring up the save load screen. Easy, right? Well, then do it.
How can I fix this?
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing.
Great start. Chat doesn't work on the box. Alright, let's see. Chat box. Launch. Sometimes that fixes it. I mean to mess up. I mean, it's a good thing that you caught it, to be honest. Oh god, I'm ruining my layout now. Rather have that caught early on than get into like a decent run and then have to get it figured out. Need like browser source, don't we? I thought it wouldn't be a problem that I started streaming with the wrong OBS, but it seems like it did kind of break the chat, so I'm trying to get that fixed. I might have to restart the stream, so give me like 30 seconds. I'm going to try to get it restarted, and that should fix it. So, BRB. Okay, I have restarted. Maybe that will fix it. If not, then I'm going to do the lazy duct tape fix. What do I want? This shit is broken. Hang on, technical issues. Does not seem to be working. Why? It's like Stream Elements just abandoned me. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. That's live split. That's not right. Is this what I want? Not, I mean, kinda, but not really. What about this? Okay. That's a start. This is the lazy solution. We just do like one of these. And then we do like one of these. And then it's like chat was never gone. Although I don't like how big it is. I would like it to be not that big. Maybe I can do one of these. Yeah, sorry about this, everybody. Really trying to make this work. If I relaunch it, that'll fix it. And then I'll just make it like that. Okay, that'll have to do. For now, I'll get that sorted by next stream, but for now we're just gonna work with what we have. There we go. That looks nice. Looks nice enough. Yeah, it's a little messy from my perspective, but on stream it looks good, so that'll work for now. Although I don't like my mouse showing up on it, but whatever. Let's just get into a run. We're back on the grind. Peter don't care about class. It'd be a lot easier for him if that were the case. They got Kermit, you just had to drown 26 times. Yeah, I thought so. But, you know, gotta let the mystery live on.
Well, sequel time.
Good start. Yeah, it turns out that for Kermit, you just had to jump on the north side, actually. Really fuck up at the tutorial? Yeah, it happens all the time. Why don't you try the tutorial, huh? I'd like to see how well you do.
Well, sequel time already, huh? Welcome back, I guess.
Sequel time already.
First things first. Before we go any further, I think it might be a good idea to...
But yeah, ask any speedrunner. The most common time to fuck up is right at the start. You get the most chances for it.
Easy, right? Well, then do it.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught
Get
up
the
in
most
what I was
chances,
doing, I
and your
forgot all
standards
about
are
it.
the highest.
It's gonna kill me. I can't believe I'm running.
Swing fast, eat ass. Hell yeah.
Well, sequel time already, huh? Welcome back, I guess. First things first. Before we go any further,
Yeah, I mean, if anything, resetting early on is a sign of high level gameplay.
Just go to the pause menu.
You beat this runner, else I'll link the Twitter.
Easy, right?
It's not like a secret. I guess I did say it was supposed to stay in the shadows.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. I can't believe I'm running so late. Still, I should be able to make it as long as...
But I guess I'll have to PB this run.
Right on cue.
It's that simple.
Almost there, too. Sorry, Dr. Connor. Put someone's eye out.
We'll just quick PB, you know. Before, you know, I don't know why I wasn't PBing before. I just didn't feel like it, I guess.
Gate secured.
Hi, my name's... Maybe I can still make it.
I've seen a lot of people do that fight weird. Like they'll like yank the last guy to them instead of going for the mule kick.
I think this might be a good time for you to check your to-do list. The white dot on your map here and the white destination marker are both pointing you to the pizza party. You'll need to get over there at some point, but there's no rush.
You mean the mule kick is just web punch. Pretty simple. Easy to do, which is nice.
This is a good time to talk.
Really the only time it's useful though in the run.
You already know that you use them to buy stuff from the Spidey store, right? Oh, you don't? Well, then you weren't paying attention.
At least right now.
Actually, you're gonna want
Maybe there's some crazy mule kick strats we don't know about.
stopping crimes, helping citizens in
Promised
distress,
Harry and MJ that I would meet them this
challenges,
evening.
collecting items, and delivering pizza. There's some other ways too, so try different things and
How to determine the mass of the sun? Really big weight. Oh, get me up there. Really big scale, really big weight.
And that cake was good. I'm stuffed. I better burn off some calories or I won't fit in my costume anymore.
And then you know how much the sun is.
I can't even remember the last time I... Oh,
Sun
no.
weighs so much. It's roughly the
My
weight of
birthday
the
dinner, I
sun.
promised MJ I would meet her this evening.
Hey, what's up, DC?
I gotta hurry.
I can't legally oh,
Believe I ran off like
you've
that.
guessed a task
I must
strat.
be out of my mind.
Turns out mule kick just one-shots Doc Ock the whole time.
parts material.
Spider-Man?
Hey guys, are you here for the 2-for-1 on European Masters too? Remember, you break it, you buy it.
Aw. Bro. I hate it here. Come on. No. This fight was like actually kind of okay until then.
Midnight Craft Fair is next weekend.
Love of the stream. Glad to hear it, Milton. Woke up at 6 p.m. thinking it was 6 a.m. I hate that. You just wake up and you're just like, what time is it? You're looking for your phone and you just don't know what's going on. It could be like anywhere from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the next day.
Your grandma. Now that's something I'd like to see. If she gets much farther, I'm gonna lose her completely.
I actually got less sleep than I normally did because I'm trying to push my sleep schedule back a little bit. I'm like a little tired, but not too tired for some runs. Sleeping for 16 hours, yep. I'm good at sleeping for a consistent amount of time. It's just like when I fall asleep that's hard to manage.
I'd be happy to make myself available for your admiration. If I don't close distance with her soon, she's gonna get away.
And I guess there are some days where I'm just like, I gotta sleep for 10 hours or I feel bad or what have you. Yeah. I mean, I've talked a lot about it. It's just, that's just like a college thing, right? You just fuck up your sleep schedule and sleep at weird times all the time.
I was with that girl. Who was she?
You know, this chapter opening reminds me of something.
I've talked about my terrible sleep schedule where I would sleep 4 hours, go to a class, and then sleep 4 more hours before my next class. If sleeping is a sport, I am not great at it. Be the first to admit that. Or maybe I'm really good because I can do all these strange maneuvers with it.
I think that's the...
Yeah, that's one thing I really don't miss from school is just like assignment anxiety. I'll sometimes wake up and I'll be like, I feel like there's some assignment that I need to do, and then I'm like, wait, I graduated. I still get like phantom assignment anxiety.
What's up with this Beck guy? How can he possibly claim I'm a...
Three or 16. Yeah, that sounds rough. Yeah, it is definitely it's trauma of some sort. Not to downplay like actual major trauma, but there's something going on there. High school was pretty good. Middle school was absolute trash. Elementary school was okay.
That I don't have powers.
Oh, this is great.
And college was pretty good, I guess.
Hi, Pete.
Yeah, ZCB. It is definitely just a weird feeling. Middle school is just trash in like every way, at least for me.
Try not to run into my fist with your face. Take a nap, Zap.
The slide cancel kicks are a little off, but I got through it. They'll come back. Sometimes then you need to warm those up in particular. Where am I going? I was kicked out of kindergarten. Free. You just entered free play mode, buddy. It's like in Lego Star Wars, you know. You're just like, I don't want to finish the levels. I'll just, you know, unlock Ghost Yoda with a cheat code and call it a day. How does... Oh, I really thought I was grabbing the token there. It was going to be the sickest drive-by. Guess I'll grab it on the way back. Or you know what? How about there is no way back? How about there is no way back? Yeah, we all saw it coming. A Saturday detention? What? They made you come in on... What did you do that they made you come in on Saturday? I don't think I ever had a detention. Maybe once. I think I've told this story before, but it's like the funniest story of all time, so I'm going to tell it again now. And that is, when I was in 2nd grade, I was, like, you know, I had my group of friends, and we were kind of troublemakers a little bit. That wasn't for most of my schooling life, but we absolutely were. And, Captain Underpants was big back then, if you know, you know. And so there was this Captain Underpants book, where in the book, the kids, I forget their names, they did a prank where they would put ketchup packets under the toilet seats so that when people sat on them, they would, like, explode. We thought that shit was hilarious, so we started doing it, we started doing it during lunchtime. We would just sneak away to the bathrooms and set up our traps. And we did this for like every day. Pretty much every bathroom in the school for like 2 weeks. And eventually, like, it got too out of hand, like, and somebody tattled. And these, I swear they did this on purpose, because I was like a kind of the more shy kid in the group. And they must have known, so they brought me in first. So they, like, broke me down and got me to confess before they brought in the others that they knew wouldn't confess. So, like, I'll straight up admit that I was that guy in that situation. But I was scared, you know? I was just like a scared kid. I didn't want to get in trouble. But I think because I confessed, like, you know, they did, like, the prisoner's dilemma thing. And because I fessed up, I didn't really get any punishment. So, they just told my mom, and she said no Game Boy for a week. I was still allowed to play PlayStation, but no Game Boy for 2 weeks, I think it was. I could still play my PlayStation. And I remember being mad. Like, I was like, God damn it. I don't want to play PlayStation, I want to play Game Boy. I want to play Pokemon. But in hindsight, I totally should have gotten more punishment. Because that's kind of, like, having worked as a janitor since then, that is such a little shit move to put ketchup packets on the toilet seat like that. Like, that's such a little fucker thing to do. Anyways, that's the story. I'm a snitch? Yeah, well, I was at least. I like to think that these days I would not fess up. You know, it's ride or die.
remember the last time I saw Harriet. Oh no! At my birthday dinner, I promised MJ I would meet her this evening. I got
No,
hurt.
Super Mario Deluxe, yeah. Well, it wouldn't have mattered. I think by then I had accidentally deleted my save file on there. I think I should have gotten punished more for fessing up.
Must be out of my mind.
Like, they should have been like, man, you gotta stick with your group. You gotta stick with your group.
What happened to the gods we posted? Ah!
My 3rd grade I was dealing... No, that was the worst thing I ever did as a kid. So honestly, I guess I wasn't that bad if that was, like, the worst thing that I did. And I remember just feeling so much shame. My mom told me later that she was like trying to struggle from cracking up while punishing me. Like she was like trying to punish me and she was like holding back laughter. 'Cause that shit's, I mean, it's fucked up, but because somebody has to clean it up, but it's funny. The Darman. I may have just fallen for a ligma, but I have not heard of it. It was ketchup and mustard. I think the mustard is what's really messed up. Because ketchup, you can just wipe it off, but mustard kind of stinks. Gonna have to try harder than that one, Owen.
Wow. She
Displaced
is
by the
fast.
hurricane.
Better
Good luck. I'm like really far away from either coast, so the ocean is like a fantasy creature for me. Yeah, I saw that Rex drop. Pretty funny.
Gone.
And his name is not just any Chinese man. His name, I guess, was Mao Zedong, but I feel like that makes it way more funny that they just like have this like communist guy just randomly smile in the game.
Hey, slow down so I can talk to you.
Slow down? Yeah, right. If you can't keep up, go home.
It's a good one, Russell, but I'm not falling for it. That's interesting, Milton.
That girl.
So it was directed by Sam Raimi.
You know, this chapter opening reminds me of something. The Spidey store gets new items every time a new chapter starts. Aha!
What's a
If you have
problem?
chance, visit the store and check out what they've got.
I feel like there's some more Sam Raimi movies I need to see.
Better change while no one is around.
There's just so much media to to consume in the world, you know? I don't have enough time
Hi, Pete.
or like the drive, to be honest,
I think that's the
to like watch and read and play everything that I want to interact with. Now, you know, you have a limited amount of time in this world, and I don't, and I'm not spending that time interacting with Among Us memes. I kind of like that jump, to be honest. That might be like the only time that I actually like a sprint, like wall jump like that. What is my chat has just like I don't even know what's going on. Yo, what's up, Steel? Yeah, I'm kind of starting to figure out that glide more.
I have enough trouble without someone trying to convince thugs that I don't have powers.
I don't know what that is, DC. Is that like a film?
Oh, this is great.
Hi, Pete. How are you?
No more Among Us. Among Us is over. Why is Among Us still... Aren't these like meme games supposed to go away after a while? Like, we all had our fun with Fortnite. And you know, like, the game's still around, but there's no like more memes about it, really. I feel like Among Us is just like kind of overstayed its welcome. I don't know. Anybody else feel that way?
So much for you.
Said the same thing about, well, like Minecraft, by the time there weren't really memes about it when it was new, because I mean, like, you know, memes were a thing, but it was just like shitty rage face comic. You know, like, memes were not the same when Minecraft was first popular. And also, like, Minecraft's a good game. I said it. I don't know. I apologize if you like Among Us. It's just not for me. Yeah, like, I don't play Minecraft anymore, but I had my fun. I had my time with it. Can you do timeouts if somebody is,
Can't believe
I guess,
actually got to meet
I'd
Dr.
use your judgment. But I don't know if anybody here needs. Okay, I take it back. Maybe it's time. I just looked over and I see when the mod is sussy. Like, is it time? Is it time for the ban hammer? No, no bans. Oh, that's a long timeout. Holy shit. I thought you were gonna time him out for like 10 seconds or something. Holy shit, that launch was enormous. Like, you can't pick the time? What? There has to be a way to time somebody out for like 30 seconds instead of 300. 300 is so long. Like, Russell straight up does not deserve that. I'm sorry, Russell. No, Russell.
Hey kid, how you making out? Listen, I got a new job for you to do, okay? There's these things called photo op tokens that I want you to find. I've marked them on your map just to spell
We
them
have
out
fun
real
here.
plain for you. Now get to work.
Oh, I really wanted to go up there. Justice for Russell. You can still watch while you're timed out, right? Like Russell is just seeing us.
Peter.
He just can't talk. He's just been shadow realmed, but he can like look in from the from the side.
I don't see anyone around. Now's my chance to change real quick.
Innocent until proven guilty. Not here, you're not. Here it's the we live in a whatever fucked up world the Phoenix Wright one is. You're guilty until you're proven innocent here. I don't know. He can't speak, like his mom like called him up for dinner. He's like he has to like write out that she got muted.
That's it. You're doing great.
I don't know what is
You know
happening
I'm
today.
chasing you, right?
What is going on? Did Nate purge another one? Is that what's going on? I don't think Black Cat has any power. I think we've discussed this before. It's either like she doesn't have powers or she can make people unlucky. Whatever that means.
I wouldn't keep chasing you if you didn't keep breaking into places.
It's self-sustaining now. She had powers but lost them.
Black cat, huh?
So she can't make people lucky anymore? She jumps further than Spider-Man can? Not if I glide.
Black cat seems
If I
okay.
glide, she can't catch
A little
up.
bit of an attitude, though.
You would know that, Nate.
So Quentin Beck's gonna prove I'm a fake, huh? This I gotta see.
Ready, Spider-Man? Let's begin.
Just what chat needs. Fighting. Someone should adapt this part into a cartoon. They just show Spider-Man throwing people in pits for 10 panels.
I don't know about your effects, but
In
your
pits.
education must have
I may have said something else, I don't know. I'm alive. He's back! He's back! Ah, shit. Is this the end for the run? Probably.
Spider-Man, and today I'm going to prove it.
Yeah. Yes. The answer is yes. Someone might hide an Easter egg in the audience. Maybe. You can pretty easily look at them. I don't think I've ever really taken a super good look. Did I watch No Way Home? I don't think anybody has.
Well, sequel time already, huh? Welcome back, I guess. I'm sure you missed me. First things first.
His Mao I did not put Mao Zedong in. I don't think I did, at least. I did not. I didn't want, like, I don't know. I didn't want some weird videos
It might be a good idea to save your progress.
popping up in the recommendations.
Just go to the pause menu and bring up the save load screen. Easy, right? Well, then do it.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. I can't believe I'm running so late. Still, I should be able to make it as long as...
Help me!
Right on cue. I was almost
I didn't want to put it in the title, one, just because, again, I didn't want it to be, like, classified as, like, a political video or something by the algorithm, but also, I feel like it's more fun not knowing, right? Like, it's more fun when the title's a little vague about it.
I really don't have time for this. Hi, my name's...
Because, like,
Maybe I can still make
if you were to put it in the title, then it's just, like, it gives away that there's something there. Remember Shaq Fu? Who doesn't?
Check your to-do list. The white dot on your map here and the white destination marker are both pointing you to the pizza parlor. You'll need to get over there at some point, but there's no rush.
Did anyone figure out who the married couple were? All we figured out was that there are no Google reverse image results.
This is a good time to talk a little about hero points.
And I did not look any further. One, because I'm lazy, and two, because I feel like I'd feel a little bit creepy being like, all right, who's this guy? Who is it? Like,
still late.
I don't know.
Promised Terry and Brad I would meet them this evening.
Challenges, collecting items, and delivering pizza.
Yeah, it's probably a dev or somebody that a dev knows.
You can only be a good guy.
Man, that cake was good. I'm stuffed.
Hardest part of the run.
Costume anymore. Can't even
I don't know. It's kind of hard.
Oh. At my birthday dinner, I promised MJ I would meet her this evening.
I feel like what's the hardest thing to do like perfect?
I can't believe I ran off like that. I must be out of my mind.
In general, okay, I don't know what you mean then. If it's not in the run, but it in general just kind of means the run.
Sorry, gentlemen. The gallery's closed. Don't think anything here will go with prison Greg.
Oh, like hardest run. I mean,
We knew he'd show up sooner or
as a beginner, it's all races, but if to get world record is any percent.
You should have zagged. Think about a career.
Ace is pretty good. The Mao photo is holographic. It's an ultra rare, guys. That's why it's in the pawn shop. Yes, I've forced your hand. You will burn your food. It's part of the requirement to watching a stream. On swingless, eventually is still the answer.
Looks like you're gonna lose.
At some point before the end of time.
He's right. If I don't pick up the pace, she's as good as gone.
I don't really have like a super set schedule. Oh, I get you, Bernie. Yeah. It is kind of holographic, except instead of perspective changing it, it's proximity for some reason.
I would admire your persistence more if you weren't so far away.
But feel free to slow down.
Russell, you
Not
must
gonna
be a
make
writer
myself
for the
available
Daily
for your
Bugle.
admiration. If I don't close distance with her soon, she's gonna get away.
Can't find Mao? Keep looking. Yo, what up, Jonathan? If you think the final Mary Jane mission is really hard, then try the final Bugle mission.
Back off, you're
If I
crowded.
told you the smile was unintentional, I would not believe you. Or at least I would ask for some sort of proof.
Who's with that girl? Who was she?
You know, this chapter opening reminds me of something.
Nice, 628.
Store gets new items every time
It's like
you
my
check.
third or fourth 6-2x time.
Next time you have a chance, visit the store and check out what they've
Or
got.
maybe fifth. It's like, yeah, really good split. I only lost 2 seconds. Like, god damn it. Thank you, teleport. Every time I get a good split there, I teleport.
Hi, Pete.
I think that's the third.
Yeah, I should do a no reset one of these days. Guess we'll see how this goes. Yeah, that's just how good the split is. I had to deal with that last PB, and then I somehow golded to beat it. So now my early game is even harder to run against. I love that swing. It's like that swing is in particular is just really hard to do right for some reason. So the fact that I've been getting it more often is making me pretty happy. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Get me on there. Oh, that glide was gonna be sick. And then I accidentally did like a second way worse glide off of a different piece of geometry. Some of my best segments is 54. Yep.
Someone trying to convince thugs that I don't have power.
Kira, I recommend that you take a look at the wall sprint chaining tutorial from a few weeks back. That'll show you how you can switch from any direction into going straight up. But the short answer is basically just like do a really quick wall sprint and it just kind of makes you go up.
Got where you are by using your head, I see.
Good Rhino. Betty auditioned for Mary Jane, so like the character Betty, she's just like, I want to be Mary Jane. I don't want to be this character anymore. I know what you mean, though. Oh, fuck. Been fucking up that movement there in particular. Still a good split, though. Spider-Man visualizer. That sounds kind of cool. But I have not seen that, Nick. It also sounds like the type of thing that would exist. Like back then, I feel like music visualizers were kind of I don't know if a big thing is the word, but they were a thing. They're not really much of a thing anymore. Unless you're like a remix YouTuber.
I can't believe I actually got to meet Dr. Otto Octavius.
There's one video of it on YouTube. So is it lost, like is the software lost then? Or is it just abandonware? Tried to run from venom in a sewer. You might be, maybe... I guess if you're running from venom, I'm thinking of Spider-Man 2000 where you chase venom in the sewer. I feel like you're probably not talking about that. Yeah, Monster Rock is a similar concept.
Hey, kid,
I
how
could
you
see
looking out? Listen, I
that
got
being
a job
mistaken
for
for
you.
that as well.
There's these things called
He was
photo
point and
booths
click,
I
huh?
want you to find. I've marked them on your map.
Downloaded a copy on a French site.
Now get to
Huh.
work.
That's... If it's connected to the site, then it might be rough, unless there's like some archive.org nonsense you can do. Oh, get me up there. Almost a gamer jump. This is a good run.
Peter.
But it's not like amazingly good, so I can still be chill, you know? It is a functioning run. Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to be playing pretty good, you know. Sometimes that's all you can ask for, is you just let me play good. You know, there's always stuff that can kill the PB, but I feel like you gotta... You're playing good, can't worry about that. Like a comeback insult. No, you're a functioning run. I did see Legend. It's pretty cool. I like that everybody's, the Discord seeing more activity. Ever called a PB before it happened? I mean, never, like, super sincerely, if that makes sense. I kind of need to shop fast here. Black Cat's a bit ahead of me.
Right?
Because you can never really tell, since, Doc Ock can always destroy it at the end. I think it's never really a sure thing. And in fact, I think that has caused me to maybe have some unnecessary frustration before, is because I'll be on like a good run, and then I'm like, okay, this run's, you know, 25, 30 seconds ahead, like, I pretty much got it in the bag, and then I'll, like, you know, something bad will happen and I'll get mad, but really, like, that was just me being, like, maybe a little bit too, possessive of the run. Because, it, you know, it's not done yet. That's something where a case where my mentality has improved. Oh, I do not want to pause, thank you. That actually happened because, I was trying to claw the pause button for some reason. I accidentally double tapped. That is also true, is that, because my chapter 15 is kind of not great, I can kind of pull a bad run out of the ground and save it with a good Doc Ock. Best move, swing. The secret best move in the game by far. It's swing. Ladies.
Ready, Spider-Man? Let's begin.
Oh no, not again.
Daily Bugle. I guess I assume that there are other offices in the building, but it does just say Daily Bugle over the building. Maybe that's an advertising thing. Because there's no way one paper needs that whole building. Yeah. Hot take, video games are fun. It is fun though. I think I just didn't count that second guy. I think I'm gonna need to go back and dig him out of the hole.
Parents never hugged you, did they?
Wow, this is bad gameplay. Or not. Okay, it did count him. I didn't see the score increase when he went in, but maybe it just took a second. Having fun with video games, or yeah, that's antithetical to the speedrun mindset, or grind set, as I like to. I can't do this seriously. I'm sorry. Listen, if you're having fun with your speed game, you're doing it wrong. You gotta. It's supposed to be painful and unpleasant until you PB, and then you have fun for 30 seconds.
You know, if the cool kids beat you up in school, you're really taking it out on them. That's all of them. Come out, wherever you are.
I feel like that's like how every like Kotaku reader sees sees the world, because it just reminds me of when the Kotaku wrote that article about the swingless run. All those comments. They were just like, I can't believe this guy just isn't having fun with his video games anymore. Damn, I hadn't considered that I wasn't having fun.
Hopefully that's the last I'll hear from Beck.
It can get to be, if you like let it get out of hand, the grind can definitely become that though, so it's something you gotta watch out for. How do I have never listened to a Kanye album, Mellow, so I am like the last person to be able to talk about it. I got recommended a Kanye song on YouTube and I clicked not interested, and that was kind of the extent of my interaction with that album. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know he was still doing music. I thought, wasn't he like gonna run for president or something? Yeah. Wasn't he like gonna be a mayor? I don't know.
Davies' theories are amazing. My head is still spinning from talking to him. Oh no. Mary Jane's play. If I hurry, I can still make it in time.
Oh, please, movement. I feel like rock music. I mean, rock's like a pretty broad thing, right? But in theory, yes, absolutely. I like it when the guitar make good noise. Thought I could salvage this fight, but I guess I couldn't. Yeah.
You okay?
You think that your favorite album's good, but can it be Final Black Cat Race song?
Great. Just take off, guys. I'm not late or anything.
Streamer bad.
If I have to stick around, you guys do too. Stopping?
I think if I hadn't dodged, I would have actually one-cycled that, no problem. But I kind of panicked.
I'm putting a stop to this right now.
Kidnap sniper. No thanks. He didn't do anything wrong. That one was actually my fault. Yeah, it's fun messing around with virtual machines. Maybe that could get the like Spider-Man visualizer thing you were talking about working, because a lot of those, you know, they just like don't work with modern OSs, especially those kind of like cobbled together softwares.
Not too far. Just stay with me.
Don't know anything about any of these albums or people. Yeah, they're just like... I wonder like how the promo with the distillers came to be. Like, did the distillers come to them? They had to, right? I'm just bet like they had to have written the song and then just been like, yo, put it in the game, please. Of course, I would get a good swing there on this run. Welcome to KanyeForums.com.
Show me the Monet.
Yeah, I don't think my chapter 8 was amazing in my PB anyways.
Hanging in there, cat?
Give me some.
Black Cat versus Doc Ock. You'd be sitting there for hours, bro. Just the battle of two people who can't hit each other. There's no way Doc Ock would be able to hurt Cat, right? Like none of his there's no way his attacks are programmed to grab her. So I think you'd just be waiting for Black Cat to whittle him down for like an hour. I'm of course speaking of in-game mechanics.
Hi, Pete.
But either way, Black Cat just can't die. Like, if you knock her out in this game, she just gets back up, like, 5 minutes later. So, she just can't lose.
Okay, guess I'd better get going. That news conference is gonna start any minute.
Black Cat does not have a health bar, but she does have health. Like, she can get knocked out and she'll, like, ragdoll around for a bit before getting up. I actually learned that on my casual playthrough because I did not fight those guys in the alley on my first playthrough. I did not deal with them at all. I let Cat do all the fighting. So she got knocked out like 5 times before she was done with that fight. That's what they call improv. I actually had no idea if I actually grabbed somebody there. I was just like, yeah, it sounded like I grabbed him. Doc Ock versus Shocker. I think Shocker would win if we're talking about in-game mechanics. Because even if Doc Ock can hurt him with his attacks, he just like there's no way that his programming is gonna get him away from that explosion attack. Rhino versus Black Cat is a stalemate because Black Cat won't dodge, and so Rhino's just going to be invincible, and he'll just keep knocking her out forever. So that's just like a soft lock, pretty much.
If he's attacking Lady Liberty, I'd better get over there in a hurry.
I know can't really land anywhere because he can't get knocked off the ground, but I don't know what would happen if he were to fall in the water. I imagine he would just fall through it because there's no way they programmed behavior for him falling in the water. He would probably just be like Mary Jane and just fall through it. Mary Jane and the bad ending.
Well, I have to admit, Mysterio knows how to make a scene. Better figure out some way to get Lady... It looks like that flying thing above the statue might be the source.
Shocker might actually... I could see Shocker maybe beating Calypso because his big explosion would just hit her. That one is probably like 7-3 Shocker, I think. Mysterio versus Thug throwing beer bottle. Oh, that's a stomp, bro. The Thug, the Thug just... that is a stomp. Thug throwing beer bottle probably solos every boss. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, Kira. It'd be like 3 Terras versus 2 Sephiroths. Who will win?
Mysterio's hidden fortress looks...
Where was I when Tupac died? I don't know. Did he die? I thought that was like everybody's saying he didn't. I don't even know who he is. Oh, I've accidentally clipped in. We're fine. We're fine. It's possible to clip in too much and just get stuck there.
I've been flipped off before, but never quite like that. What's going on? Feels so strange. Everything is upside
Are you serious? I'm like half shit posting, but I also like that's not my thing, obviously. So I don't know. Have I read the novelizations? No. I don't think I've ever seen any of them like around either, even as a kid. Nuts. Hell yeah. They're good mirrors. I think that's kind of a good chapter 9.
I found the exit. Finally.
I'm not good at like telling how the pace is when I exit mirrors, but oh fuck. God damn it. Well, it was good.
If I never see another carnival as long as I live, it'll be too soon.
I could see the Spider-Man 3 novel being better. It could be like a it's been a while since I've read the novel or watched the movie, but I remember thinking that the Star Wars Revenge of the Sith novel was better than the film because it had like more room to breathe. That book was long.
Whoops. Dr. Octavius's demonstration will be starting soon. I'd better hurry.
The Daredevil and oh, Daredevil movie. Okay, I was like Daredevil MTV. What? Anybody there? I think these were made for kids, and I don't think I thought I don't think I realized this until I was older. But did anybody read the Star Wars Boba Fett novels? They were like these little bite-sized books, but there were like 10 of them.
I did it. Well, the city didn't get blown up. Poor Rosie. I can't believe I'm late to see Dr. Connors again.
Mad villainy? I feel like you're just making stuff up. Why did I swing across? This could have been done. Why did I leave this guy back here? For some reason, I just assumed he would take care of himself. Who hasn't seen Star Wars? I've actually known a surprising amount of people who just like haven't seen Star Wars. Like, no matter how popular something is, there's always going to be people who like don't really know anything about it, and I don't really see a problem with it because it's like there's so much. I was talking about this earlier. There is so much media in the world. Like, it's just impossible to watch it all. And to be honest, like, I like Star Wars, but it is a can of worms, especially these days. Like, getting into Star Wars, especially if you really get into it, is a time commitment. Even if you just want to watch the films, there's like 9 of them in the number, and that's just the numbered ones.
Hi, Betty. Dr. Octavius is a killer.
Some of those fuckers are like 3 hours long. Lamest Spider-Man villain. I don't know. I don't really. I don't really dislike any of the Spider-Man villains.
Can things get any worse? Nope.
Like, even the what?
I withdraw the question.
Like, I've talked about how I'm like not a huge fan of Electro before, but even then I liked him in Enter Electro, so I just think that Shocker is more interesting, I guess. And I've every time I see Electro, I'm like, I wish Shocker was here. What's his name? There's a villain in Spider-Man who's just like a wall. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? I think it's a Spider-Man villain. Like, he's just like a brick wall, and that's his superpower.
He won't listen to reason. He still has those chemicals. I'm gonna have to fight. Leave her alone.
I don't know why I decided to swing.
Stay away from her.
Shit. The Wall is okay. His name is. I wasn't sure if he was the Wall. I was like, isn't that a wrestler? But I think it's both. I think it's both. And then what's Wheelman? Wheelman is a thing, right? What's he from? I just want everybody to know that I was so confident in my gameplay there that I actually looked at chat during 2-token. Big wheel, yes, thank you. That was a pretty good bank. Backup bank strats are still good bank strats. Probably still lose time here though, because I'm playing against a crazy chapter 11. I like this route though. I've been thinking about going over here instead of around, and I kind of saw the opportunity there and just went for it. I feel like it's faster but harder. You're going nowhere.
Davis blames me for Rosie's death.
No, I don't
Guess I can't say I'm surprised.
I don't think I did the input to select no there. I thought I accidentally restarted the challenge, but I must have like barely hit it at the last second. The Wheelman franchise that didn't take off. Please tell me you're being serious and that's a real thing. I want that to be a thing. Or a big wheel, rather. Big Wheel, the video game. It's just Spider-Man 2, but instead of Spider-Man, you're Big Wheel, and nothing else about the game has changed. Oh, like Wheelman the Vin Diesel. Yeah. So, the reason that I know what that is sometimes when I hang out with my cousin, we have like we really both enjoy like really just weird games that normal people wouldn't like. So we have like a list of just strange video games, and on that list is Vin Diesel's Wheelman, the video game. So that's why I know what that is.
So, how did you find Shocker?
Well, apparently he escaped during your little event with Chris Beck.
Seriously?
Token?
I knew I should have kept a better eye on that guy. Still, I was a little distracted at the time.
And the reason that Vin Diesel's Wheelman made the list is exclusively because of the voice acting. Because from what I've seen, every person who isn't Vin Diesel, you know, sounds like you or me, sounds like a regular human being. But with Vin Diesel, they just like bass boosted his voice or something, so he sounds like he's like put through like 30 filters to make him sound like the most gravelly person of all time. And then he's just talking to somebody who sounds completely normal. That's his voice talent. He just sounds like that in real life. He just sounds like he's coming through like the most amped up speaker. Wheelman has ragdoll physics. Ooh, say no more. I'm in. I'm in. I don't think I'm trying to think if there's a film that I've actually seen that Vin Diesel is in.
Maybe so.
I don't know if I have. They pumped up the bass. They totally did. He does. Nobody sounds like that. That is not like, no matter how gravelly your voice is. Like from what I've seen, just the clips that I've seen and what I remember of that game. Vin Diesel's cousin. Vin Gasoline, yep, I was waiting for it. I wanted to give you the chance to say it. No hesitation on the shocker skip.
How's the tire mascot gig working out?
This might be weird.
Been meaning to ask.
I'll call that 2, I guess, and then I'll do 2 kicks.
The leading brand.
Or, god damn it.
Careful, cat. You'll hurt his feelings.
Okay, I guess I won't do any extra kicks. 3,
Wearing a girdle? I've been
4,
meaning to ask.
He dies. I'm mad. He's fine.
How's the tire mascot game?
Been propane. You're like, yeah, Hank Hill. Bobby.
I hope Cat is
Somehow
okay.
that Chalker fight kind of worked out, despite all the weirdness and mistakes from it. Jameson quit tobacco because it wasn't allowed in comics. Well, good for him.
Have to check on Cat
It's a
later.
healthy decision. It's when Batman had a gun. Doesn't he have a gun these days too? Or did they retcon that
Wonder what Shocker
in the movies? I don't know. I haven't seen them. Definitely kills people. Don't discuss those movies. Oh, my bad, my bad. Sony owning some of the rights. I mean, I guess if some evil corporation's gonna have them, we might as well, like, make them fight for it, if that makes sense. Like, just have them fight each other for it so that they don't just get complete universal rights. But it does make,
My God.
certain licensing issues weird.
alien invaders holding up a convenience.
Make no sudden movement.
Have to see.
You have trifled with.
Great. Now to get these.
I don't really think it's a good or a bad thing right now, to be honest. I also don't, I don't know, I don't care that much. Because it's like that, Spider-Man's big enough that movies are gonna get made. Like, whoever owns it, whoever half owns it, they'll get it figured out. The money's there.
I can't believe that.
Like, I guess it doesn't really matter that much.
His own mother if he thought it would sell papers. What did I ever do to Jameson? What could he possibly have?
Beck ran out of money. He definitely did. Which, if you think about, like, how much money Beck must make having, like, done the special effects and directed several movies, the Speedy Mart's, like, chump change for him, right? I'm not fully convinced that he was robbing the Speedy Mart for the money. Like, he has to earn more than that just on, like, royalties in a single day without worrying about it. I feel like he did it for fun. Anyone will hire him? I'd be surprised. But maybe he'll get his own movie, like the man who became the director who became a villain. I don't know. They'll make movies about him. I can't believe I didn't grab that. Oh, I like straight up. That's like the closest you could possibly get to grabbing that without actually doing it. That was whack.
Whoa, this is an old Oscorp. Shocker is
One.
still a boring name. What about
Two.
Hammer? You look like you just got out of
Three.
traction.
Funny, cause that's just
Four.
where you're going.
That was, yeah,
Shocker
good
is
enough.
still a boring
If I'm a
name.
combo short, it actually straight up doesn't matter here.
Time you losers got.
That shield is really getting on my nerves. I'm gonna figure out a way
JJ
to
would hire Beck. Do you think he could afford him? I don't know. Jameson's kind of cheap, right? He's like the Mr. Krabs prototype. I'm not sure that he would he would actually pay him or be willing to. JJ would hire Shocker. He could probably afford Shocker. Shocker is like living in abandoned warehouses and just got out of jail. He needs the money. He'll take what he can get. I don't know what JJ would hire him to do. I don't know what skills he would have that are relevant to running a newspaper, but I guess he's good with electricity. Maybe he can help on the power bills. I need to react when he runs forward like that. You just can't hero punch him. So I think I need to start reacting. JJ put it what? $10 million? For real? There's no way that was like on good faith though. Right. JJ's now worth $10 million. I guess his son is an astronaut. And he's got the paper. Maybe he is.
Hey, Cat, you talk pretty tough when you're in the lead. How about now?
Like I said, JJ and Mr. Krabs kind of like occupy the same role in my head, so I just kind of assumed that he was like actually not that rich like Mr. Krabs probably isn't. He's just greedy. Oh shit. I mean, I don't know a lot of the lore. You know, like I've said this before, but like a lot of the people in my chat know a lot more about Spider-Man than I do. Shit. Oh, dog. Please die. Thank you. Holy McGuire, bro. That the Krusty Krab. You ruined me $1,000,000. Missed the part where that's my problem.
That armor's nice.
I guess please shoot the robot. I mean, I guess I didn't specify how much, so I can't really complain that he only shot him one time.
What were you...
Mr. Krabs, yeah, it was his millionth dollar, but that doesn't mean he's worth $1 million. That was like his millionth dollar earned. He could have spent $1 million and, you know, rented. I don't know. He's just probably not renting out the Krusty Krab. But you know what I mean?
No matter how hard it is, I can't abandon my friend.
In business expenses.
So, what? Do I quit being... No, I can't quit either. I helped so many people.
But there have also been like 10 seasons since then, so he's probably pretty filthy by now, right? I guess we're going around here.
Maybe I can balance the two.
I kind of like going around here.
Track down Black Cat. I need to have a talk with her. I can do it. I can balance both. Maybe it isn't too late. Maybe I can be Spider-Man and still be with MJ.
He sold SpongeBob's soul for change. True, true. That doesn't mean that he's not rich. He just saw an opportunity to get more rich and took it. Grind set. Selling your employees' literal soul to the Flying Dutchman for 62 cents. Just living. It's just the everyday grind, bro. New record? Probably not, but we'll finish the run. I guess we'll see.
What was I thinking?
It'll be more clear how doable this is at the end of this split.
What about the danger? I must have been out of my mind to ask her. I should just keep away from her. At least she still has Harry.
One of the IOU. They don't play that episode anymore, but I guess Vanilla, because it's too, I mean, I understand the decision.
Yeah, Harry's been a much better friend than I'll ever be. I'm no good friend Jay anyway. He's better off.
Like a panty raid doesn't really belong, but damn if that episode isn't kind of funny though. Well, that glide went a lot better in my head, I'm not gonna lie.
Hate me for freaking out on her like I did the other night.
But I still think that route is good.
I need to apologize to MJ next time I see her.
Jellyfish Jam, very good episode. Mine might be either, I mean, it's kind of boring, but pizza delivery or chocolate with nuts. Both absolute bangers and probably my top two. Oh, Band Geeks is 3. Absolutely. I kind of forgot about Band Geeks. That one, absolutely respectable if that's your number one. I totally understand. Alright, let's see how train goes.
Spider roll. Nice. In this mode, you're faster than the bad guys. You'll see attacks coming from a mile away. You can even do different, more damaging moves.
Okay, that was fine. Stay on the train this time. Why didn't I think of that? But that, I mean, that was a 0 cycle. It was kind of a weird 0 cycle, but it still counts.
Please be okay, Mary Jane.
Okay, that glide totally makes up for that blunder there. SpongeBob is one of those shows that, like, hindsight makes you understand how good it was, because I wasn't, like, truly appreciative at first. Get away from me.
You have scattered around this place.
I'm waiting. This could be it. Like, there's, like, a chance. I don't know if I believe yet, but...
Only you shall be destroyed today, murderous pet.
If I go for, like, full YOLO, Euro Punch strats, then, and it works perfectly, then I could see it going all the way.
This experiment will prove my genius for all time.
Maybe not. It would be a very short PB if that's the case, but I guess let's see how it goes.
Away with you.
Nope.
Fucker, you'll pay dearly for your treacherous vengeance from
The Terran pause.
when I catch you, I'll tear your legs off. Fight me! Stand and fight me!
Doc, you don't want to hurt anyone.
I think I'm getting better at dealing with... When he does that, it's like... If you're real fast, I feel like you can get him.
Miserable creature. Stand still, coward. Fight me! Stand and...
Alright. I don't know if that would have PB'd. I wasn't really looking at the time. But I feel like it might have. At like 5 seconds or so.
What have I done?
Dr. Octavius.
If you react like straight away when you dodge his like his one that forces you back, I think you could probably get him even if like as he's going in the air and knock him back to the ground. I feel like that's got to be doable.
Controlling you somehow.
The Halloween episode with SpongeBob's brain. I don't even remember that. But I'll be give me a minute. That was a pretty good run. Good run. Be right back.
Welcome to part 2. If you check your to-do list,
I'd be happy if I PB by 1 second. I'd be happy but not satisfied, if that makes sense.
Be able to cut it, but give it a shot. Hey, surprise me.
You're good. I crying. Why would I cry? It's a good run. It's a good run. Dog, Ed, Ed and Eddie was so good. Crying of joy, like, yes, I almost PB'd. Missions? No thanks. Thanks. What do you think this is? A casual? We gotta let's talk about the grind set. I did not poop. If I poop that fast, that's kind of impressive. Not gonna lie. Kind of impressive. Ultimate Spider-Man is good. Good game. I obviously don't think it's as good as this game, but it's good. Now we're going right back into it. God damn it. I did not mean for this to be a discussion on poop. Web swinging of Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean, it's good, but I don't know. I don't really know how to like sum up my thoughts on USM swinging.
Time already, huh? Welcome back, I guess.
I guess it's a little dumbed down, I guess, but I feel like that's being too mean to it.
Before we go any further,
It's like they introduced some stuff, but I don't really like the way that it flows.
just go to the pause menu and bring up the save.
And I think, you know, an APM monster like me just isn't satisfied with it. It's like it's almost as good as I want it to be. And don't get me wrong, it's still probably the second best swinging in a Spider-Man game that I've played. But there's just something about it that I can't really... It's the Spider-Man 2 effect where I just want to play this game when I play it.
I was almost there too. Sorry, Dr. Connors.
Venom, though. Throwing cars at people? That shit's badass.
Hi, my name's... Maybe I can still make it before class ends.
And like, yeah, they kind of copied the GTA star system, but I didn't play GTA. I played USM first, so to me, it's the other way around. GTA is copying USM.
The white dot on your map here and the white destination marker are both pointing you to the pizza parlor. You'll need to get over there at some point, but there's no rush.
The only game ever where you could eat children. That shit ain't even rated M.
This is a good time to talk a little about heroes.
The thing that is weirdest to me about USM is the web zip. That shit sends you so high up. You just like go up when you web zip in that game. Like, I'm like, I compared to this game, you usually lose height when you web zip. You just like web zip double jump is like a fast way to get up buildings in that game. That is just so foreign to me. Not necessarily bad though. Especially because, yeah, I don't like wall running as much, so having an alternative to that is always good.
I'd better burn off some calories or I won't fit in my costume anymore.
I don't know if speedrunners still do like web zip double jump, if that's still the fastest way to go up. I think they just swing up now.
I gotta hurry.
There are no motorcycles? Yeah, the only one got run over and then Peter said to eat your green vegetables.
You guys are such a nuisance. This is the part where you fall down.
Fireman's here?
Find a safer line of work. Now we turn it up a notch. Bam!
Fireman? Get...
Yeah, cell shading was big. I've never been like a huge cell shading guy, but there are some games that do it right. I think USM is one of the games that does it pretty well. USM and like Sly 2 and 3. And I guess I can give it to Wind Waker too. But a lot of cell shaded games to me did not age that as well as people say they do, but I think that all those did age really well. I'm just saying, nobody's talking. What was that game like? Break of the 99 Dragons. It's like that really shitty game. Nobody's talking about that anymore. I guess I am. Yeah, I mean, I guess janky textures are just, it's kind of a old Spider-Man game staple, right? Like, on Xbox 360, this game's got it a little bit. Spider-Man 2000 has its share.
She's right. If I don't pick up the pace,
Favorite Taylor Swift? Okay, Taylor... Toxic is Britney Spears, right? If Toxic is Britney Spears, then I don't think I like any Taylor Swift songs. I don't really like too many like of those really poppy songs, but Toxic is an absolute banger. That's all I have to say about it. Okay. At least I'm right about that. Toxic slaps.
Why don't you go chase an ambulance or something? Whatever it is you do.
I would, but it infringes on Lawyer Man's turf, and you wouldn't believe
Good
how
opinion.
ticked he
Thank
gets.
you.
Who was with that girl? Who was
I
she?
think I have a terrible history though, because
This chapter opening reminds
it-
me of something. The Spidey story.
this is one of those things that I'm like, do I really want to say this on stream? Do I really want the world to know about this? But I will say this. I first discovered the song Toxic by Britney Spears from Rayman Raving Rabbids 2. That was the first time I like really sat down and was like,
Probably a crook.
what is the real version of this song? It has like a good beat, and so I looked it up. And that was how I discovered it.
Hi, Pete.
I think that's the.
So that's my shameful past. Did I play the Budokai games? One time at a friend's house. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was 2 or 3. And I don't really remember much about it, but I have played it. For me, I was more of a Naruto kid, so I remember like the Clash of Ninja and all that. Those were my like anime fighters.
What's up with this Beck guy? How can he possibly claim I'm a?
Discovered an artist from fake Spider-Man 4 trailers. That's kind of badass. Maybe I'm not that weird. Maybe I'm not that weird. Yeah, I did not get to play too much Storm, but I played a lot of Clash of Ninja 2 on GameCube at friends' houses. And I played a lot of Ninja Council, all the 1 through 3 on Game Boy and DS.
I have enough trouble without someone trying to convince thugs that I don't have powers.
Shit, let me in. Hate that camera angle.
Oh, this is great.
Spider-Men 4?
Hi, Pete. How
I don't think so. Guess it was a fake trailer. Yeah, Clash of Ninja was a lot of fun. I always played Rock Lee in that. Guess that was like that's probably my first like real fighting game. Real quote unquote. You know what I mean, like traditional. Okay. Well, that could have gone better.
Glad to see me.
It's still a really bad spot. Okay. It's way harder when he's like that far away from the wall because I can't rest on his head to do the kicks. So if I ever have a pause in between my kicks, I just fucking fall. Well, I thought I was gonna grab the token. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'll continue the run. Cutoff's 30 seconds. Do I like fighting games? It's an interesting relationship. I really like Melee. And all other fighting games are just kind of curiosities to me for the most part. I have a friend who's really good at really good at Third Strike. Like he has won a tournament recently. And so I know more about that than maybe other fighting games, but I'm not close to being good at it.
can't believe I actually got to meet Dr. Otto
But I like fighting games well enough. Even if they're, like, not entirely my thing. Clash of Ninja chill stream. I'd probably be terrible at it now, but I guess that's why it's a chill stream. I can assure you that I did not know what I was doing as a child, and neither did anybody else, so... I always like Clash of Ninja more than Storm. Mostly just because it's like an actual 2D fighter. Storm had the better cutscenes, though.
Hey kid, how you making out?
Yeah, there's no question that, you know, like PS2, GameCube, Xbox was it was just good times.
Fine. I've marked them on your map just to spell it out real plain for you. Now get
Like, even though PS2 was dominating, the other consoles, they had some bangers. Or like in Xbox's case, was just like really good technologically. And I think I've talked about this before, but I love the GameCube aesthetic.
Peter.
I think GameCube, like, design-wise, the whole package it might be my favorite, like, from an aesthetic standpoint of any console. Yeah, I mean, other than the original Xbox, I've got all the consoles in this room with me. I've got my GameCube and my PS2 are like a foot away from each other, just on in my cupboard. They're all set up. I've got the Game Boy player, so I can play Game Boy Advance games. Yeah, I have the thin PS2, if that's what you mean. Show them. I could. I'd have to unplug them because my cat. Uh-oh. Aw, cat. No, not again. Wait. Well, maybe I can show them.
Nice night for a little.
She's gonna teleport in a few seconds. It'll be fine.
I don't get you. Last time you were an ice queen.
Yeah, that just sometimes happens, very rarely. I don't know why. Let me get big real quick. Terrible webcam quality. And I could show you, here's my PS2. What's in here? Oh, would you look at that? Spider-Man 2. And then my GameCube with the Game Boy player on it. What's in the Game Boy player? Nothing. I think, oh, I remember. I was like, what is this? Like, the sticker was peeled off, so I was like, what is this? So I put it in, and I couldn't get it to work. I think this was actually my first video game. I think this is my first video game cartridge. It doesn't work, but I think this is Yoshi's Island. I could be wrong. I hope it is. I hope that I still have it. And then what's in here? It's Melee. And then I've got the... Anybody remember these? The 20XX, the original 20XX memory cards. I just like totally tore up my setup just to show you guys that, so I hope it was worth it. Because I'm gonna have to plug that back in later. Bro, trust me, I tried. I have tried a few times actually to get that cartridge to work, and it just hasn't. I do have SM2 on GameCube. Here's the case. And there's nothing in it though. What? Hang on. Okay. Hang on. So I went to my shelf, right, and I was like, "Oh, there's Spider-Man 2. Here's my PS2 Spider-Man 2 case." And I look inside. I have two Spider-Man 2 PS2s. I either just like totally forgot or never realized that. And I've got multiple copies of it. One's in the PS2, one in the case. Yeah, I don't know where my Spider-Man 2 GameCube version is, but it's yeah, I have it somewhere. It's definitely
Now you're
somewhere.
friendly. Make up your mind.
Did Spider-Man 2 have a collector's edition? I mean, it had like a you know, what's it called? Player's choice. Like the one where they it sells a bunch of units so they sell it for cheap, but I don't think it was a different version of the game. I think it was just they sold it cheaper. I'm catching up on chat because I was just I was like just digging through my my drawer for old games and stuff. I've been meaning to show this. Hang on, this is a big boy. This is actually the whole time you didn't know. This has been off screen about 2 feet away from my head every day that I stream. Let me show you. Got anybody have one of these? It's just like a big thing that you hang on your wall. It's kind of thick, but it's just like a big uh like what they put in the top of the comics, the little icon with the price on it. I just have one of these. It's like the main Spider-Man decoration in my room. I'm gonna have to hang that up too. I should have it behind me. Yeah, it just wouldn't fit. Like, I know you don't get to see much of the wall, but like, yeah, like there's two like frames there with art in them, but those are actually the first two of six. So that kind of just like take up that whole wall, and this wall over here needed it made the most space for the Spider-Man thing to be there. Limited edition Dr. Pepper. Spider-Man and Dr. Pepper, that's two very good things combined. That's some good stuff. All right, let's get into another run. Yeah, my mom got me that Spider-Man thing for like when I went to college, I think. I don't think I ever actually put it up my wall at college, so I did. At least it's getting used now.
Well, sequel time already, huh? Welcome back, I guess. First things first.
No, don't drink the 70s limited edition Dr.
Before we
Pepper.
go any further, I think it might be a good idea to save your progress.
That shit ain't worth it.
If you could call it that. Just go to the pause menu and bring up the save load screen. Easy, right? Then do it.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so
My
caught up in
parents
what
know
I
I'm a
saw
world
you're
record
all
holding
about.
speedrunner. My dad knows, I think my mom knows, but doesn't really know what that means.
Help me!
Right on cue. I was almost there too.
At any rate, hopefully neither of them watch the stream.
Not to hit girls.
That'd be weird.
Spider-Man's hero. Get rid of him and get that case. Case secure.
Channel momentum feels great, Tyler, I'm not gonna lie. I am a human being, and like every human being, watching number go up feels good, so thanks everybody.
Before class ends.
But it also is kind of causing an internal debate that's like, okay, well, how hard do I want to push it?
This might be a good time for you to check your
Because, you know, like, you see your YouTube channel getting slightly more popular, and, you know, that bulb inside your head that's like, you could be a real YouTuber goes off. And it's like, 'cause I just consider it a hobby, but not, then you start to get the what ifs. The field to have international viewers. I'm very appreciative of people like you, DC, too. Up at what is probably like 4 a.m. right now, watching me.
This is a good time to
And I think that that's just like, you know, I stream at
you already
weird
know
times,
you need to buy stuff from the Spidey store, right?
and you know,
Oh, you don't?
I think Spider-Man is also kind of a thing that
Eventually, you're gonna want to earn lots
brings a lot of people together from other places, so it doesn't really surprise me that much.
That I would meet them.
challenges, collecting items, and delivering pizza. There's some other ways to
5
do
a.m.,
things
nice.
and see what you like. But you can only be a good guy.
There's not, yeah, why did they call it Spider-Man 2 if there's only one Spider-Man in it? Even says it at the end of the game.
Man, that cake was
That's kind of false advertising.
stuff. I'd better burn off some calories or I won't fit in my costume anymore.
I've been missing that glide.
I can't
I've
even
been hitting
remember
other stuff
the
that I care
last-
about,
Oh,
but
no. On my birthday dinner, I promised MJ I would
I don't know.
meet
There's like a few like really hard movement things that I've been trying to go for more, and thankfully it doesn't really matter if you miss them, but the scene with both Peter and Spider-Man. So 2 Spider-Man.
I can't
Yeah, but-
believe I ran off like that.
Are you trying to tell me that Peter Parker is Spider-Man? That'd be crazy. Peter Parker's like a nerd. Oh, Mysterio's level, you're right. They should have called it Spider-Man 20, or however many are in there. Let's see, there's like 3 times. I think it was like probably like 18 mirrors in there or so.
Figure Spider-Man would butt in.
Spider-Man 2 TOO.
Tough job market for art
It was actually just a misprint calling it by the number.
Spider-Man.
You guys are such a nuisance.
Spider-Man's here?
Spider, yeah. Does anybody remember Fear 3? And everybody called it Fathreer because that was how they put it in the title. They replaced the E with the 3, and so it was just Fathreer. And then I guess nobody, I don't know. Did anybody play that game? Was it good? I heard it wasn't good. Is that what you came here to play? Man 3? Oh, there you go, Nate. I was wondering what you were talking about, but yeah. I mean, you see that most speedruns.
Grandma. Now that's something I'd like to see. If she gets much farther, I'm gonna lose her completely.
I'm so excited to say 3. That was kind of cool. I like Halo 2 did that with their collector's edition, which I do have. Got it for $3 at a used game store. Pretty happy about that. But the Halo 2 collector's edition just says 2 on it. And I kind of like the confidence that is just like, what is it? I guess it's just like they just like assume that you know what they're talking about. Like, yeah, you fucking know what this is. You know it's, you know, whatever franchise. We don't need to tell you. Invisimals. I don't think I've heard of that.
Hey, slow
I
down
love
so I
I
can
love
talk to
used game stores and just
Slow down? Yeah, right.
especially when you get to the good ones and it's not all just like 200 old sports games. That's the you get to see some real weird
Was
stuff.
she?
That's the good times.
Reminds me of something. The Spidey store gets new
It's like,
items
yes, I do think that I will be purchasing Disney's Dinosaur on PS1 for $3. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent purchase. Yes, I will be having these two copies of Sneak King for Xbox. Thank you.
Hi, Pete.
I think that's the.
With the load screen texture, you can see a lot of good stuff. That sounds interesting. You can see like exactly when shit gets loaded in. Sneak King 2. Don't make a girl a promise if you can't keep it. You tell me there's Sneak King 2, you better be telling the truth. Because I will be day one.
That guy.
I'll day one stream Sneak King 2. Fuck Bitcoin, I only do transactions and copies of Sneak King for Xbox. It's a gold standard because they're not making it anymore, you know? They can't just print more. The KFC console. That might be interesting, Nate.
Trouble without someone trying to convince
I think
me
if we, because
to
I think we've talked about it before, doing like a stream where you, where I would just mess around with Dolphins free cam and try to go out of bounds and stuff.
Hi, Pete.
If I ever do that, I think it'd be fun to have the transparent loading screen texture, so we could like take a look during that. What happened to the KFC console? I don't know. Burger King bumper cars. I do have that game. I actually have 2 copies of Big Bumpin', I believe you were referring to.
Not where you are by using your head.
One of them is freshly sealed.
Hope your insurance is paid up.
Watch out!
Love to see a charge there.
Is that all you've got?
He's just chilling under the map. Yeah, it does kind of pain me that I won't really ever get to do like a Mythbusters Part 2, just because there's not really much. Like, we tested all the good ones, or at least most of them. There's like one more that maybe we could do, but I guess Out of Bounds like searching could be a similar. It's, you know, it's a similar theme. You know, you're looking for stuff. That's like the OG Slyfincleton wall sprint. A rare sight these days. Raimi Spider-Man Pop-Tarts. I actually remember those. I remember thinking those looked really good, but I don't think I ever tried them. Yeah, I actually have a Spider-Man folder. I think I've talked about this before. And I still use it. Use it to store my my D&D character sheets. Going to game facts. I don't think I took any of the myths from the Mythbusters stream. I don't think any of them were from game facts. I think all of them were from other, because game facts must have had some moderation or something going on. I think I took all of them from other sites. So
I've marked them on your map just to spell it out real plain for you.
I think I'm gonna overshoot this. Yeah. Pretty good backup though.
Peter.
All the world.
I'm trying to think. I don't really have much other like Toby movie merch. I've got the strategy guide. It's actually a more recent acquisition. More recent meaning within the past couple years. Black toy with the stab wound? What? Stuff I don't like being asked. I'm afraid to say.
Come back.
Life-sized Toby?
I
What?
have some explaining to do.
You're actually pretty cute when you're in
Spider-Man. Was the concept of twerking even around in 2004? I feel like twerking was like a 2010s thing. Oh, okay. They're just like fucking punished Toby. That's the toy. Yes, okay. There you go. You heard it here first.
from back there.
It would be better if you
It definitely was not as much in the public conscience back then, though. Full costume with raised webbing? That's kind of badass. You ever just like go in, I don't know where you keep it, but do you ever just like go into your room and it's just chilling there? You're like, oh fuck, there's somebody, there's somebody in the chair.
Black cat, huh?
Oh wait, that's not a human. That's just my life-size Spider-Man, toy. Or my brain keeps wanting to say stuffed animal. I guess plushie is the word.
Black cat seems okay. Maybe a little bit of an attitude, though.
That's pretty cool, Nick.
No one is around.
That's pretty cool. That's just a good story.
So Quentin Beck's gonna prove I'm a fake, huh?
Yeah, it's sweet.
Gotta see.
And you still have it.
Ready, Spider-Man?
I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. God damn it. Yeah, and then you know, I'm sure we all had the. They're still making these, I guess. The Spider-Man little web shooters that you could buy that shot silly string.
Technology on the movie Sorority Death Robots.
I don't know about your
I think he
effects,
went
but
in?
your
Yeah.
education must have been special.
That was like a weird angle, but. Read what? Who knows? Who knows?
I'm better than you, Spider-Man, and today I'm going to prove it.
Yeah, the silly string did not smell good.
Your parents never hugged you.
That is very true. I don't know how toys are these days, so I couldn't say whether it's better, whether the situation's better or worse. But I'm just saying, we have Bionicle. That's my full argument for it being better. Was Bionicle was the thing. I don't know why I'm going over here. I'm like gonna win either way, but my brain was just like, all right, you gotta. And I said, hey, okay, boss.
You know, if the cool kids beat you up in school, you're really taking it out on
I guess my brain just wanted to stomp Beck.
That's all of them.
How does it feel to be hunted?
This is a really weird angle, but it should be fine.
Nothing like this, for starters.
Come out, wherever you are. A good hit. As you can see, Spider-Man, I can hit you wherever you are. You're going to need to move a lot.
Easy.
Spider-Man, come on. You don't want to.
Made it. Even the audience isn't real. Beck is the real phony here.
Yeah, I loved Bionicle.
Hopefully that's
Still
what
kinda
it's all
do.
coming back.
From an aesthetic standpoint. You know, a lot of it's nostalgia, but also, like, objectively, they're just kind of cool. It's kind of cool toys. I wish they would, like, do reprints or whatever you want to call it, of like, the original line, because I've lost all mine. Ooh, nice. I didn't, that was good. That was definitely a good chapter 7. I wasn't really considering it gold, though. Wasn't really on my mind. But that makes my sum of best a 53. So that's pretty cool. The Crossfire. The funny thing is, I don't think I ever saw the Crossfire ad, but I saw the AVGN board James Crossfire ad. That's all I remember from it. But I have played on a Crossfire before. Lego Movie Editor? I don't think so. I did play Lego Island 2, though.
Theories are amazing. My head is still spinning.
Not 1. I guess people are saying Lego Island 1 is better
Jane's play.
these days, but I didn't play that one.
What? Not now.
Looks like interference.
It's like you have something against me.
Oh, shit. He didn't actually die.
Being a little.
There we go.
You okay?
trying to keep up with Chad. There's too much going on.
Great. Just
I
take
gotta
off,
stop
right?
landing on the
Not late or
back.
anything.
I didn't need to dodge that, but I didn't want to get shot off like last time.
Guess I finally have your attention. I'm putting a stop to this right now. Great. Finally, maybe I can still make it before the end.
Stops the car by punching the hood. The sniper shooting the driver in the back of the head doesn't hurt, to be sure. But yeah. You just gotta break the engine, right? And then it stops. And then they pull over in a nice orderly fashion where nobody gets hurt.
How far is this place?
Not too far. Just stay with me.
Spider-Man cart. There were a lot of those, weren't they? Like those, you know, like movie studio, make your own stuff. There was like was it a Stephen King one? I don't remember. Some movie director. I think it might have been Steven Spielberg. It was some movie director had one. There was, you know, the Lego one. There's a lot of like kind of generic ones. That was just like all the rage back then. Much time would we save if it ran on newest Xbox? Ideally, none. My ideal is if they port it, you know, if it works somehow on the newest Xbox. Hopefully the loading screens just don't change. So that it, you know, it doesn't have to have like.
You guys give a volume discount? Hey,
There's no like worries about it. Nothing has to change. But imagine if they like just tried to load the game as fast as possible. You'd probably just save like a couple minutes
hanging in there, Cat?
on loading and stuff.
Give me some credit.
Cat took that
Wow,
statue
that
right in front
that
of me.
chapter 8 took fucking forever to load in. Holy shit. Do I not want the game optimized? I mean, I wouldn't even call that optimization. To me, optimization is people getting better and, you know, making the game as fast as it possibly can be under, like, you know, through their gameplay. To me, like, making loading screens faster doesn't do anything. And all that it would do is we would just have to probably separate the leaderboards because it would be too big of a gap, which would just make things messy. That's how I see it. Like, one of my biggest pet peeves is going on speedrun.com and seeing a leaderboard, and it's like, okay, well, first, you know, choose which of the 8 consoles that this game has been released on that you want to look at the leaderboard for. Alright, now choose to see if you want to look at it on hard drive or SSD, because that's a separate thing. And it's just like, oh, this is just information overload. And I also can't tell how good anybody is because they're all on separate leaderboards.
Can get them under that mountain. Should be able to escape.
Come back here.
Gotta hurry though. Those flying things don't look too friendly.
Yeah, there's pretty much every PlayStation game comes to mind. And it's like, this could just be solved if there was, like, if there was consistency. I did not press, that's like my least favorite glitch in the game, is the one where it just makes you climb. It's like, I did not press climb there, buddy.
A hologram?
Now, if there's like load removers, that's a whole different thing. And, you know, there's no reason not to have faster loads because they're removed. And maybe that's tech we can come up with sometime. But for now.
Do not hurry. Your fellow humans will be destroyed while you waste time. A futile gesture, Spider-Human. Even as we speak,
Do
my
DS games run
opponents
faster if
advancing
played
your
on...
city.
I don't know.
First target
I don't
will
think
be
so.
your
I think they just run about the same.
You have no chance to
5,000 bucks spent in a day. I would put it. I would either put it in a. If it's not allowed to put it in a bank, if that doesn't count as spending, I would probably put it in a stock that I was reasonably certain would still be there tomorrow, and then retrieve it. But if you want me to answer that in the spirit of the question and not just cheese it, then I don't know. $5,000. I gotta use it.
See what he has cooked up in the statue. Well, I have to admit, Mysterio
I'd
knows
just like
what
buy
he means.
a bunch of things for me and my friends, like
Liberty back to her old self.
some nice stuff.
Statue might be the source of
It's like I'd probably buy some PC parts for me, maybe some for a friend that I knew wanted some. Yeah, I think I'd just like mostly do that type of stuff, like just buy random tech bits for me and my friends. Yeah, you could honestly drop like all of that money on the PC if you wanted to. Especially with how it is these days. Just get the ultimate streaming setup. And I'd buy a really nice mic, too. Because I like my mic, but, you know, could always be better.
Okay, that's just wrong.
Automatic wall crawling when you don't want it. Yeah, it is Toby 1. Wonder if that's like a leftover thing. It seems to happen. I don't know. It's like when you're like... Whenever it places you there, it's like it thinks that you're crawling upside down, and then it fixes it. I don't know why it thinks that you're crawling the first place for get upside down. The mic that I have, oops, is a it's a Shure. I want to say it's an SM something B, 56B or something like that. It's like a, I think it goes for like $80, $100 roughly.
Fortress looks just like an apartment.
But it was an upgrade from my old mic, which wasn't. It was okay, but it wasn't the best.
Try not to run into my
This
fist.
mic is a lot better at not picking up background noise in my room, which is really nice.
Please come inside and discover the horrors that await you.
Yeah. I think it's the 57B.
Okay, I've been flipped off before, but never quite like that. What is going on? It feels so strange. Everything is upside down. What's going on? Raised axe-wielding clowns?
Well, I did the animation and I just jumped out of the counter.
Great. More of those hopping act things.
Yeah, it's a nice mic. Especially, you know, like if you're not trying to drop hundreds of dollars. I got it. I think I got it as a gift, but I think my dad bought it for me for my birthday or something a while back. Which was really nice because free. It's like ice cream, you know, like free microphones are better than paid for microphones. So thank you, Father. But I think it was like 60. I think it was like $50 or $60 on sale
Like I found the exit. Finally.
when that was the case.
I'm finally out of that crazy place.
So if you can find it for like
If I never
that
see
cheap,
another carnival as long
like
as
I did, then
it'll be too soon.
I would recommend it. Make sure that you're ready because it's an XLR microphone. So you have to buy. So I had to buy like a mixer or whatever for it to actually make it work properly. Yeah. I just got a kind of cheap one. I don't know if it actually matters, but I just got like a $30 one or something like that. Like the cheapest one that I could find that had good reviews. Things start, yeah, get a Rock Band mic. Beck has ever been invited to a party? Probably. Probably launch parties for his films.
Demonstration will be starting soon. I'd better hurry.
The microphone that I had before from like, if you ever look at my videos from like 2017, 18, maybe even into 19, I had a Samson Meteor, and that one was kind of good, but it was an omnidirectional mic, which meant that it just like kept picking up sounds from around my room. Like it kept picking up like the noise from my Xbox running and my fan. And this one doesn't seem to do that at all.
I have to hurry. The containment field.
That's why I don't like to mash start there to skip the cutscene.
Smash these power terminals until the reactor shuts down.
I just kind of forgot to there.
Almost got it.
Forgot not
Only
to.
one terminal left.
Yeah, setup's pretty good. I am streaming from a laptop that's from like 2012 or 2011.
Blown up.
So that needs to get fixed at some point.
I can't believe I'm late to see Dr. Connors.
That thing is basically holding together by duct tape right now. I don't like being this far right on the road. It seems like, oh, the robots are, despite that, the robots are real good.
Coming at ya.
Okay, that worked out. Yeah. To be fair, it was like a really nice laptop at the time. It was like a, you know, gaming laptop. It was like $1,000, but it is old and crusty now.
Dr. Connors, I'm sorry. Dr. Connors is pretty beat up.
And I was like,
He'll be all right now.
all right, time to, you know, make my build and build my PC. And then the fucking graphics card market ballooned out of proportion. And now we're here. Remember when I died? I have died to everything. I think I've died to every single part of this game at some point, pretty much. Besides, like, you know, obvious stuff like tutorial. Everything that can kill you, I've died to. Does it have space pinball? Maybe. I haven't checked. It originally ran on Windows 8, and I think that was like... Windows 8 was like kind of new then? I don't remember. So that's how old it is. Ooh, 2 golds, 1 run? That's a nice gold, too. That's like a 3-second gold.
Any worse? Nope. Wait. Whoa. I withdraw the question.
I kind of thought that nothing really went wrong there, but that is quite nice. This is like actually a legit really good run now.
Stop right there, Dr. Octavius.
I have never seen this man swing so fast. Doc Ock just straight up came out swinging.
Still, not one for which I am wholly unprepared.
They're a nice touch, Doc.
All right,
Very sharp.
Fuck.
get him. Pathetic.
I really didn't want that to be the case.
Current on your back. They won't listen to reason.
Spider read still has to nice. In this mode, you're faster than the best.
That could have been way faster. Second most died location? I don't know. Like run dead wise?
Out of my way.
Wow, that could have gone way better. Holy shit.
Stay away from her. Don't hurt her. I think you zigged when you should have zagged.
I wanted the slide cancel kick there.
Be quiet.
Let's not fuck this up. Just as I say that. Nope. Plant, please. I don't know if I actually needed that, but it was gonna be real close. Thank you, Kwan.
I read about Octavius's attacks, but somehow I just didn't believe it.
No, train, get out of here. Yeah, this is not the best chapter 11, unfortunately. I am fighting against my gold here, so like any that be even being a good one, I would have lost time. As it is, we might have gone from like a really good run to a dead run.
Octavius blames me for Rosie's death. Guess I can't say I'm surprised.
It's still alive. Follow the train. Yeah, just give up on the run and follow the train. I'd say second most reset is either, I mean, it's either chapter 4 or 7, right? Yeah, it was just like a straight up bad cockfight, which honestly, that was mostly, I think that was mostly just me reacting poorly, just because I've never seen him go for the grab that quickly. I think if I react in time, that is manageable. And then the backup wasn't great either, which made me use more spider reflexes bar, which wow, this one, which then meant the next fight took longer. I wasn't doing as much damage. It's kind of like a negative feedback loop there. Huck determines how aggressive he is. It's just RNG, like straight up. I actually talked about this recently with Nate on the Discord, where like if you load a save state that's like right after you skip the cutscene, he'll do the same thing every time, which means that what he does at the start is actually determined during the cutscene, or like at the very latest, the start of the very start of the boss fight right away. But I think it's actually determined during the cutscene, like when he loads in.
So, how did you find Shocker?
Apparently he escaped during your little event with Quentin Beck.
Yeah, it's actually
Seriously?
it's caused both me and Nate troubles because, you know, I was practicing and Nate was looking for strats, and we both like, well, I guess I was also looking for strats back then, and that was how I found the kind of the current strat. But we were just like, in practice, you know, we'll load the cutscene and he doesn't go for the grab every time, and it's just like, oh shit, this strat works 100% of the time. And then you go to runs and he just starts grabbing you and you're like, fuck. This was not part of the simulation. Which honestly, the current strat is kind of a godsend, because to the point where I don't even really remember what the old strat was. Because now it's like, I'd say 2/3 of the time you don't have to worry about it. You can just kind of do your flowchart and he'll do whatever. Versus the old strat, which was basically just throw yourself at him and hope that you win. It was never consistent. Current strat is jump forward and react to what he does. If he goes for the grab, then you web him up and do the punch to transition, whatever you want to call it, the aerial transition attack, to a full combo. And if he doesn't go for the grab, if by the time you land he doesn't go for the grab, you just do the combo on him and he'll just die. So the slow strat is only as as long as it takes to web up his tentacles. And then if something goes wrong, like you get grabbed by one of the guys like I did, or you mess up webbing his tentacles and he grabs you, then you just kind of have to do whatever and hope that it works.
I've been meaning to
One.
ask, how's your absorbency compared with the leading
2,
brand? Are you wearing a girdle?
3,
I've been meaning to ask,
4,
how's your absorbency compared with the leading
5.
brand?
That's the thing, Jonathan. I didn't find the shocker strat, and as far as I'm aware, nobody knows who did. Shocker, you asshole, get back here. He blocked it? Are you kidding me? Get out of here. Die! Shocker skip has been known since, like, at the earliest 2007, but probably earlier than that. Like, it far predates speedrunning this game. And, like, the earliest video that I've been able to find that uses it says in the description, like, that it has been known for years, but it was just the first video.
I'll have to check on Cat.
So, like, it's old, and both shocker skips are old. And I mean, I found it when I learned the speedrun. But I'm trying to remember when the earliest speedrun. I know the first speedrun didn't use it, because it didn't use a route. I don't know if Blooper Reel used it, who was the second world record holder of this game. Because his VOD is unfortunately lost to time. I guess we could ask them. But I know that Terran used it. Terran was the first router who used it. Like, he made the first route for the game. First proper route. So, I guess he was the first one to use it in a run. Unless it was Blooper. Could probably ask Terran if he was the first one to use it, because he's like, I mean, he's not active, but he would respond if you asked him, I'm pretty sure.
An invader's holding up a convenience store.
Make no
To see.
You have trifled with
He'll like, he used to do it more frequently, but he'll sometimes pop up in YouTube comments and stuff. Yeah, I think the biggest lost media for Spider-Man 2 speedrunning is Blooper Reel's run. Because I'm trying to think. Toaster Man was the first runner, and he had like a 220 something, and then like a low 2. And then Blooper Reel got it down to like a 130, so he saved like half an hour. And then Terran saved like 15 minutes off that. I think that's around where the times were. So there's like a big gap there that is just kind of lost because the VOD is missing.
Hey, looks like some of Shocker's goons. You should probably do something about that, huh?
But when I came in, let's see. When I came in, I think, yeah, Uyafuya Rocket was the world record holder when I came in, so that was the run that I learned it from. Okay, I wanted to experiment going this way because this run's kind of dead, and holy shit, this is not the right way. Good to know. It just puts you in no man's land real fast. Most well known? Probably me or Spidey Balls. I don't know if you want to base it on like number of followers or subs. I think he probably it beats me in that regard right now, but he runs a lot of different games. And I think the most viewed any percent run for this game is Thinks the Clown's 104. I could be wrong about that. Which, very deservedly, because that is a super legendary run. Like, that was kind of the run that showed me how far this game could go.
Still about
One.
as metal as a train wreck, aren't you?
This
Two.
guy gave you trouble, Spider?
Yeah, well,
Three.
I was young. Shocker is
Four.
still a boring name. What about
Last
Jack
time I lost world record, I think that was to Spidey Ball's current PB, maybe, or
That shield is really
at some
good on
point
my
during like the 58-57 range. Spidey beat me,
If only all my problems
and then
could be
I
settled
kind of
with
pulled
flashing
ahead.
climactic battles.
And I have not been basted yet. I'm gonna fall in the water. Just letting everybody know. There's like a 2% chance I don't fall in the water here. Yeah.
Mary
First
Jane
sub 1 hour. I was so happy when that happened. The first sub 1 hour could be like its... The story of the first sub 1 hour could be like its own thing. Like, that's like its own story. But the gist of it is that, like, at the time, I wanted it so bad, and Thinks the Clown had recently gotten, like, his... He either had, like, a low 101 or his current PB, which is a 101 even 50. So, like, he could get it any day, and I wasn't gonna... I had, like, been streaming and grinding for it for, like, 2 weeks. And I remember the day that I got it, I had, like, 3 failed runs. And it was important because I knew that I was like really busy for the next week after that, so that was like my last chance pretty much, in my head at least. Like, in my head, if I didn't get it that night, it was either not gonna happen, or or at the very best I was gonna have to wait another week to keep grinding, and that just was like straight up not an option. So it had to be that night.
Guess I should go.
And then, like, I remember I got raided by Brionato with, like, the biggest, like, at the time was, like, the most people watching me at any given time during the run. And, like, with the weight of all these previous failed runs on me, to, like, actually clutch it out at the end was, like, legitimately one of the best feelings of my life.
You used to be fast, Cat.
I'm like, that shit felt so good.
Hey, Cat.
That's also why I was so mad at the failed runs, because I was just like, is this really how... Like, the next week is gonna suck if this is how, like, it ends.
I don't think you have an option right now. Next time, try you then.
Yeah, I'm coming back. Yeah. I think I need to practice those if I... Maybe to decide if I even want to go for those, but the swing canceled ones are weird right now. Damn, this sniper's just straight up unloading. He just fired 3 times in like 2 seconds. Yeah, now sub 1's not a big deal, but it was then. I remember, let's see, when Thinks got his 104, it was like, you know, at the time, I guess you could say, we just like didn't really have a good understanding of what was possible. I think a lot of speedrun running communities were like this back then in like 2015, 2016, where like you're just like, oh, the best possible time by human is probably just like, yeah, within a minute of the current world record, you know, like, so, you know, when I had like my 107.30, I was just like, yeah, sub 1's not possible. I legitimately did not think that sub 1 hour was possible. And I don't think I really truly believed until I beat Thinks, and I got like a 102 something. And then I was just like, wait a second.
What, do I quit being
I think I'm going a little bit early. It's fine.
No, I can't.
So I just kind of realized like that like I can actually push for this. and like get it soon.
Maybe I can balance the two.
Yeah, I definitely did stop scuba skip early.
I can do it. I can balance both. Maybe it isn't too late. Maybe I can be Spider-Man and still be.
I don't stream on Twitch. Not right now. It's funny how far like we've come, and like I now think that sub 50 minutes is possible. So come a long way, but I think we still have a long way to go.
What was I thinking? I must have looked totally crazy. Things could never work out. What about the danger? I must have been out of
Yeah,
my
I mean, I don't know if I'm ever gonna go back to Twitch, but I try not to, you know, I just try not to feel too much allegiance to any one platform, you know. Who knows? Maybe there will come a day when Twitch is the better play for me, but right now it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry's been a much better friend than I'll ever be. I'm no good for MJ anyway. She's better off with what's her name.
Sub 40s. A lot's got to change for sub 40. That's all I'll say. Like, sub 50 is the potential time if me and like 10 other people who are at least as good as me are all grinding 8 hours a day for 10 years. They'll get sub 50.
I need to apologize to MJ next time I see her.
I can't activate this thing. Yeah, school and work, buddy. It just drain your time and energy. Yo, what up? Sorry, I forget how your name is pronounced. But welcome nonetheless. Just finished school for the day. Congrats on being done. Web swing skip. Oh. I would, well, okay, let's be honest. If there was like a strat that made it so that you could just skip every web swinging segment, it would just make it, we would just make it a separate category and then not that much would change. But I also don't want that to happen because that's the best part of the game. Any Pog champs in chat? I think you might be the first.
Your fate. Do you see her here? No. I'll not risk my prize hostage.
I wish that there was like a building right here so that when that happens, it wasn't as much of an issue. Also, I cannot believe that this is what happened to me.
What an excellent idea.
That was actually, it wasn't even, happened to me is the wrong word. But it was a bad fight. And it was my fault that it was bad. Train's just hard. It's like been really hard lately. And Hero Punch being the new strat actually makes Train harder, or at least it makes it have more pressure. Because now if I have a bad Train fight, I use more slow-mo, and then look, I don't have full slow-mo. I'm not, so my first, at least my first Hero Punch at the very least, is not going to be doing full damage to Doc Ock, because I won't have full spider reflexes.
That's one. But how many of these things does he have scattered around this place?
Someone found a swinging speed glitch. I guess it depends on what it is. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm happy with how things are right now as far as movement in this game, so I don't really have any desire for there to be anything, like, to change how it's done. Does Hero Punch strat work more often than not? The jury's kind of out on that. It's new enough that I'm not entirely sure what I would put the odds at. I think if done right, it's probably it might be a little bit more reliable than the old strat, to be honest. Like if done right and in perfect condition. Yeah, gliding was huge, especially for post game stuff. It's like I'm not quite at full. Oh, I'm deceased. The previous strat was you web up his tentacles, and then do like the basic 3-punch ground combo, and then immediately dodge his attack and just loop him, like with the ground combo. Which is actually not that different. It's like the same thing with the Hero Punch strat, but you web them up first and with ground combos instead of Hero Punch. Yeah. Yeah, Ock just kind of like... I mean, I was close to death. Yeah, Rax Drop. I think there's actually a Discord, or not a Discord, a chat command for it. I think if you type ! gliding, it should link you to the tutorial, but yeah, I do have a gliding tutorial up.
This is bad.
There's only one thing to do.
2 runs completed, a 56 and a low 57. With 2 golds. Pretty good. I'm gonna do more runs though, but... My sum of best went down 4 seconds. Let's see, I don't know how to go out of bounds. People have said it's happened, but it's never happened to me.
To-do list, you'll see that you've got some new stuff to do. Honestly, I don't know if you're going to be able to cut it, but give it a shot. Hey, surprise me.
Yeah, let me see if I can get that that gliding tutorial in the chat. Let me see. Gonna copy it. There it is. If you finish in 40 minutes, you unlock Kermit. Probably. That sounds right. Alright. Do some more runs. I can feel the PBs, like, it's out there for sure. Only a matter of time. Having a lot of pretty good runs. Just gotta put it all together. I have Kermit. Let's go, Nate. Yeah, like I said, right now I'm really enjoying the grind, so... And that's the secret, is not getting frustrated makes you PB faster. I think that's just like straight up true.
Well, sequel time already, huh? Welcome back, I guess. First things first.
I mean, yeah. Just with like Nate's arrival in the scene, we found a lot of new stuff, so there's definitely more stuff to be found.
Just go to the pause menu and bring up the save.
Yeah. I was originally gonna make just one, or like probably I was planning on one like half-hour long highlight of the Mythbusters one.
Oh no.
But as I was just editing it, and it was just like there was too much good stuff to cut out, so it just kept getting longer.
I'm running so late. Still, I should be
Ended
able to
up
make
being
as
like
long as-
an hour and 10 minutes. Hot Tub Stream 1. 1 million subs.
Sorry, Dr. Connor.
Where you fall down.
I'll dress up like like Spider-Man and get in a hot tub, and it'll be like that video. Anybody see this video where the guy, he's dressed up as Spider-Man and he jumps in the swimming pool, and like I guess the water got in his suit and he couldn't get it out, so he was just like drowning in his suit, and people had to like burst him out of his suit so he didn't die. I'm gonna do that.
The white dot on your map here and the white destination marker are both pointing you to the pizza park. You'll need to get over there at some point, but there's no rush.
I'll donate 500,000 hero points. Yeah, that actually low-key must have really sucked for him. And like all the kids are just like laughing. They don't even know what's going on. That shit had to have been terrifying.
Naturally, you're going to want to earn lots of it. You got plenty of options to do it. Stopping crimes, helping citizens in distress, doing challenges.
We did check if the married couple moves when you're near it, and the answer was no. There were a few things that I cut out of the highlights. One for time, and two, there was some stuff at the end that was like, it was interesting, but it's just you can't top the actual ending of the Mythbusters stream, which was the events that occurred in the pawn shop. So I just decided to leave the stuff that happened after out.
Man, that cake was good. I'm stuffed. I better burn off some calories or I won't fit my costume anymore.
Aw.
I can't even remember. Oh no.
Watch the stream archive.
I gotta hurry.
We're just gonna milk the Mythbuster stream all we can. Who holds the most hero points? I've been working like kind of in the background every once in a while on trying to max out the hero points counter by just like spamming H-Crayert. So I actually have a save file that has like a few million hero points on it, I think. Come on. Speedrun and Zemu? I don't really see a reason to. Because I have console. So I don't really see a reason to run on emulator. Yeah, Mythbusters and Drunk Stream were the same thing. Oh, thank you, GC. Homie, move. It's you at $1 billion. It's gonna be a long way then. Gonna take a. That's a lot of H-Crayerts.
Sorry, not my style.
You have style?
Yeah, I've got another few ideas that I've mentioned a few times before for like kind of weirder, you know, non-speedrun streams to break up the pace every once in a while. Don't know exactly when the next one of that type will be though. How do you even get to 7777 like that? Like, I think most things that give you hero... I'm trying to think, because I've seen that before where, like, it's a non-5 or 0 number on the end of the hero points, but I don't know how you get to that. Like, everything costs a multiple of 5 or 0. Buying... There we go. I knew... I knew Nate would come up with something. That's how you get it. You gotta buy health. Never seen Black Cat and Peter in the same place. It can happen. There's a video on my channel about it.
Who's with that girl? Who was she?
You know, this chapter opening reminds me of something. The Spidey store gets new items every time a new chapter starts. Aha! Next time you have a chance...
Certain I mean, it gives you different numbers, but I think they're all multiples of either 5 or 0. I mean, if you had that many, you probably played it for a while, so maybe you just like accidentally bought health and didn't realize it. You were just going through buying stuff in the shop.
Hi, Pete.
I think that's
There's a lot of like Black Cat lines that I just don't think about anymore because I've heard them so much. Second wall sprint upgrade? Does that cost a weird amount?
What's up with this Beck guy? How can he possibly claim I'm a...
Gotta itch my face so bad. There we go. Glad it gives you a second there. Infinite 100 million. But it doesn't put you at like 99999. They just give you that much.
I have enough
So in
trouble
theory
without
you could
someone trying to convince
the
others
ceiling is more than that.
This is great.
How feasible do you think it would be, Nate, to write like
Hi, Pete.
what is it? Is it a Lua script that they do for TASes to like repeat inputs a lot? You could just write like a Lua script that just like spams the all the inputs you need for H Crayert and just leave it running. $100,000,008. What?
Think about a
I
career.
can't believe all those kicks went through. They brought back the web meter. I would be kind of confused. Doesn't really fit in this game. I like my infinite webs, so... Not to mention, you don't really need to like... Other than web ball, like, a lot of the web attacks kind of go underutilized, so I feel like you don't need to dissuade people from using the web attacks anymore. Debug, it would be pretty cool to mess around with that. Especially if there was like a way to get it. Like, imagine if there was like a debug with like level select that you could access just on any version of the game.
I can't believe
The
I
balls were
actually
better on
had
Toby 1.
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Not sure if I completely agree with that, but I think web attacks as damage were definitely better. Web balls just give you, it's just like literally a free kill on any enemy in this game. Any enemy besides like a mech or a boss. Like once you web ball an enemy, any regular enemy in this game, they can't do anything to you, and you could just combo them to death. Oh, that is not the swing you want. Yeah, almost like it would be nice just for practice to be able to either that or give me more than 3 save files. It's actually something I've been kind of worrying for, like, marathon safety, is, like, I only have 3 save files, so I have to, like, choose where my I want my backup saves to be. That could be easy with damage webs. I guess it depends on how much they do.
Hey kid, how you making out?
And what the range is.
I got a new job for you to do.
Because I think that if you're just trying to, like, I don't know,
I've marked them on your map.
he might just, like, grab you if you get too close. You're trying to, like, do the basic web and not, like, a web ball.
Peter.
Oh, bro. Come on. Yeah, it'd be really cool to play, like, an earlier build of this game. Maybe someday. Maybe. You never know. You never know when the next big leak's gonna happen. Artist boss. Casually, it's Calypso. From a speedrun perspective, or somebody who knows what they're doing. Probably Shocker 2, honestly, just because the chances of you getting bored and just dying are pretty high. But otherwise, I mean, probably fine. From a speedrun perspective, the most likely one to kill your run is... It might still be Final Doc. Train's been fucking me up lately, don't get me wrong. But train makes you lose time. It doesn't usually kill the run, if that makes sense. Versus, like, you can just get fucked by Final Doc Hawk sometimes. It is becoming less likely, I think, over time, but... I mean, I don't think anybody does it religiously, but I know Strudel plays Spider-Man 3. He's probably the most active one.
Chasing me again? I'm flattered.
Well, I wouldn't keep
Shocker
chasing you
2
if you didn't
becomes
keep
Shocker
breaking into
1.
places.
Yeah, it's just the part where you have to wait for his invincibility to go away is just... it is so extra. Yeah, Strudel does a lot of stuff.
Black cat, huh?
I'm actually kind of, I don't know. Maybe not anymore, but historically I was in the minority because I only play one Spider-Man game. Back in the day, a lot of the Spider runners just, like, kind of played a ton of the games.
Black cat seems okay. Maybe a little bit of an attitude, though.
Or at least dabble. Which I guess I technically did with Toby 1, but does that really count? Does it? I don't think it counts.
So Quentin Beck's gonna prove I'm a fake, huh? This, I gotta see.
It sounds fun until you're on your third time getting destroyed by RNG in the same spot. It's a fun run, though. Fun to watch, at the very least.
Do you like my gadgets, Spider-Man? I perfected the technology on the movie Sorority Death Robots.
I don't know about your effects, but your education must have been special.
Yeah, the controls aren't great. Yeah, I guess it has been a long time since I've watched Toby 2, so the RNG might have gotten better. RNG on what direction you're gonna go. True. That camera just, it's like the game, you're like, oh, this plays alright, and then you try to move and move the camera at the same time, and the game's like, what? I didn't think he was gonna do that, what do I do? The game just, like, freaks out on you. Yeah, it had to have been like, well, Toby 1 was made with like a pretty small dev team, and I think not over that long of a period of time, so it was probably somewhere in that combination.
That's all of them.
Why don't you just give up, Spider-Man?
And also, like, you know, like 2002, cameras weren't really like standardized then, if you know what I mean. Like, a good camera was not a given in video games in 2002. It was kind of RNG itself whether the game that you play is gonna have a good camera or not. I guess you could argue it's a clone of Spider-Man 2000. But, I mean, it's not like he uses a similar engine or anything.
Hopefully that's the last I'll hear from Beck.
GTA 3, probably like 2001. Something like that. My brain says 2001. Mega Man Legends. Is that like, yeah. Games camera, something else. Thinking of like even other really good games. Didn't necessarily always like Mario Sunshine. I love that game. Its camera is a little weird. It's like it's not horrible. It functions, but there are a few things where it definitely could be better. Which I guess that game also had kind of a rushed and borderline unfinished schedule. I never played GTA 3 when it was new.
Dr. Octavius' theories are amazing. My head is still spinning from talking to him. Oh no. Mary Jane's play. If I hurry, I can still make it in time.
Yeah, it is interesting to see like how much stuff 64 got right for controls, and then you look at its camera and it's like, oh well, I guess it is kind of old.
What? Not now. Aren't diamonds forever? Couldn't you have waited a day? How about a little consideration for other people's time?
I feel like good fights here have been more rare than they should be. Like I keep messing them up more than I want to. I just straight up missed. Sniper, I'm begging you. Thank you, Sniper.
Stopping? I guess I finally have your attention. I'm putting a stop to this right now.
Using the camera attack skill, true. Yeah, I guess it depends on the type of game, whether the camera should go through walls or not. I personally like it when it just hugs them.
Maybe so.
Like, for this game, it would be absolutely insane to to try to, like, deal with the camera going through buildings.
How far is this place?
You would just have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Stay with me.
But it does it in like, you know, slower paced 3D platformers, and that can work. Traumatized by GTA. Never really happened with me. Because I would go over to friends and we would just play this game. That was our, like, open world game that we'd play.
Hey, I was just going easy on you before.
Start up my GameCube with this game? I would need to find it. Because I remember I have a version of the game somewhere, but yeah, if you want to check, I can do that, like, off stream. I could check whatever you wanted me to check off stream. Get me. Yeah, it's all fun and games until you see a star, like a 4-star rating in the corner of your eye. It won't go away. You're like, oh shit, I'm gonna need to drive under a bridge and hide now.
Alright, fellas. Show me the money.
Oh, he really had to get knocked over by that.
You guys give a volume discount? Hanging in there, cat?
Oh. Well, this movement could be better.
Cat took that statue right in
I
front
thought, right, you don't die in GTA, right? You just go to the hospital. You just, like, get shot by an RPG and then you walk out of the hospital. Yeah, DC, you're thinking of
Hi, Pete.
Eternal Darkness, right? Oh. Well, Nate, I reacted and waited, and it still did it. Or at least I think I waited. In my head, I did. So that's not great. What's up, sir?
Sorry, Pete. I really can't talk.
Oh yeah, we were gonna mess with this. Last time I was mad because I didn't get to mess with it. So let's see. What just happened? Sometimes if you skip that cutscene weird, it like this happens. I guess I can. You can kind of tell just by looking. The only way to get down is to climb down. It's a little soft lock otherwise. This seems to be the fastest that I can move. Am I moving faster? I think I'm moving faster. I'm just mashing jump. I am sprinting as well. Yeah, POV, you're a bus in New York City.
I'm gonna be late.
We switch lanes to pass this guy? Yeah, this is like Zelda movement. Yeah, it seems like it's not fast enough to make it in time, but you can get way closer. Get way closer. But you still can't make it. Am I in a car? Nope.
Okay, guess I better get going. That news conference is gonna start any minute.
Alright, what do you say? One more run? One more run? We'll do one more. Still good to know, because that was bothering me when I didn't get to test it last time, whether you could make it with that. But as of right now, it seems like March full run. I guess we'll see if it's good enough. One more run that makes it past chapter 3. Resets don't count. Because I've done less. I think I've done less than 100 full runs.
Already, huh?
Technically.
Welcome back, I guess. First things first. Before we go any further, I think it might be a good idea to save your progress, if you could call it that. Just go to the pause menu and bring up the save.
End on one. Oh, that's a good idea.
Easy, right? Well, then do it.
That's a good idea. I don't mean I'd have done 11 attempts today, which honestly isn't that many. It's
I got so caught up in what I
pretty good testament to the quality of the runs today that so many made it so far.
Still, I should be able to make it as long as
Help me!
right on cue.
Looks
I was
like
almost there
interference.
too. Sorry, Dr. Put someone's eye out.
Looks like interference. Spider-Man's here already. Reasonable to get that case.
I really don't have time for this.
Case secured.
I guess we will end on 1111. Alright then, this is the actual last run. Unless I decide it isn't. Yeah, Jonathan, sometimes his AI pathing gets confused and he just decides to smack you. He's supposed to run past the alley, but I think they didn't really intend for you to be like right in front of where he spawns like that. So sometimes that happens.
Well, sequel time already, huh? Welcome back, I guess. First things first.
Wait, what? Reading your comment, Nick. Mortal Kombat with Super Saiyan Shaggy? What? It's real? I kind of liked that meme, not gonna lie. I don't like a lot of memes. If anything, I just kind of like passively consume them without thinking, but I kind of liked the Super Saiyan Shaggy meme.
What I was doing, I forgot all about it. I believe I'm running so late. Still, I should be able to make it as long as right on cue.
Looks like
I was
interference.
almost there too.
So much for you.
Dr. Connors. This was a bad idea.
Spider-Man's here already.
Which, I mean, you could say maybe it died too fast, but maybe I like it because I never got the chance to get tired of it. Like, so many memes just drag on, and like by the second day I'm just ready to be done, and they just go on for like another month. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Mello.
I think this might be a good time for you to check your to-do list. It'll show you the white dot on your map here and the white destination marker are both pointing you to the pizza parlor. You'll need to get over there at some
And there's some, like, you know, it's bad when you're like you're browsing or whatever and you see a meme and you like it's your first time seeing the meme and you're just like, oh fuck. Well, I guess you don't think that right away, right? You see the meme and you're like, oh, that's kind of funny. And then you see it a second time in like a different part of the internet and you're just like, oh fuck, this is gonna be like the big meme for a while, isn't it? I'm gonna have to see this like 300 more times.
This is a good time to
You just like see your future and you hate it.
You already know that you use them to buy stuff from the Spidey store, right? Oh, you don't? Well, then you weren't paying attention. Naturally, you're going to want to earn lots of them. You got plenty of options to do it. Stopping crime, helping
still
citizens
late.
in distress,
Promised Darren and
challenges,
MJ that I would
collecting
meet them
items,
this
and delivering pizza. The some other ways too, so try different things and see what you like. But you can only be a good guy.
Yeah, Among Us, I was ready to be done with for on week 1, and it's still around. I feel like Mr. Krabs in the SpongeBob episode where they never stop working, and he's like, day 15, give it up for day 15. And he's just going, he's just like lost his mind.
I can't even remember. Oh no! At my birthday dinner, I promised MJ I would meet her this evening. I gotta hurry. I can't believe I ran off like that. I must be out of my mind.
I like it. It's not that the Big Bang happened. It's the television show The Big Bang Theory happened. I feel like if there's a fighting game franchise that would have Super Saiyan Shaggy, it's Mortal Kombat, right? They did like the DC crossover, so they're willing to do like weird crossovers. But why not? Chapter 8 jewelry store doesn't have a texture, and you can see through it even when it's on fire. The other versions, it has a wall before and after it explodes. I feel like I'm reading a myth. Like I'm reading one of the random cheats that I found online. I can try that on my actual GameCube. I've never actually just sat down and watched an episode of Big Bang Theory, but every clip that I've seen did not seem like television that I would sit down and watch. I'll put it that way.
Hey, why were you at the art gallery?
Do a GameCube run? I have done several. I started on GameCube.
What does she mean by that?
My first like
Well, unless I can shrink her lead, I'm never gonna
5
find out.
PBs or at least were on GameCube. Let me think. There was the 2 that I did offline, then the 118, then the 116, then the 112. Then I think 2 111s, maybe it was just 1, and then the 107. On the playthrough, don't worry about it. I won't then. Kermit might be GameCube exclusive. Probably. They were just like, yeah, the GameCube mini disc is the only thing that can properly contain Kermit.
Your grandma. Now that's something I'd like to see.
Do a PS2 run. That would mean I'd have to use the PS2 controller instead of the Xbox 360 one, so I'm alright. No, I don't think my first swing list was definitely not GameCube. If you want to see a history of my runs, you can go to my speedrun.com profile and click the, I forget what the button is, like show obsolete runs. It'll show you like every run that I've ever done. Every PB.
So, skin tight leather. Doesn't that kind of chafe?
You'll never...
Bitch, there's a lot.
Who was with that girl? Who was she?
You know, this chapter opening reminds me of something. The Spidey store gets new
That's a good
items
split.
every time a new chapter
Even though
starts.
timer doesn't really, I guess it kind of says so, but
Store and check out what they've got.
like being that far up is really nice at the start of chapter 4. Only speedrun Spider-Man 2. I'm only active in it right now. I've had some other games. I think my second most active game that ever was in was Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth. But it's been a while since then. And I'd like to pick up a side speed game at some point. I'm just being a little indecisive right now. Do a PC run? That will never happen. Telling you now. Maybe like one time for the content, but not anytime soon.
possibly claim I'm a...
And to engage it. I'm down to play Engage. I don't want to speedrun the Engage. It sounds painful.
I have enough trouble without someone trying to convince thugs that I don't have powers.
Oh, this is great.
Like I said, I think one day one of the streams I'm gonna do is we just play all the other versions of the game. It's gonna be like a smorgasbord stream. Yeah. That'll be a fun one.
Look out! Ah, watch out!
I'm starting to see why rhinos are endangered.
Oops, all charges.
Which team's mascot are you anyway?
No. Bro, come on. Or Cycle of Shame. I have Toby 3 on any console. At some point, no, I don't think I ever really owned it, but I have the PC version through some means. And yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. I've rented games? Yeah, I rented Toby 3 when I first played it. And I didn't end up buying it. So I guess that tells you about my young me's impressions. I actually think I like the game more now than I did then. Write in some obscure versions. I'm down. Especially if you have anything that's like not listed on the Wikipedia article for the game. Absolutely.
I can't believe I actually got to meet Dr. Otto Octavius.
Permanently rent for free. Hell yeah. I haven't really been paying attention to this run, but it's okay. Chapter 4, I think the Rhino that Rhino fight made Chapter 4 kind of bad, but I think overall my gameplay's just been good all day. I think actually like not streaming or playing this game for a few days was actually probably a good thing for my gameplay.
Hey kid, how you making out? Listen.
Sometimes breaks are just nice.
There's these things called photo op tokens that I want.
Yeah, getting even one run. I'd be fine getting one run, but 2 runs and a couple golds, that's a W. I don't think I've really been making any like really dumb mistakes either.
Peter.
Interactive stream. I just thought it'd be fun to like, I don't know, I wish that we could do like a crowd control type thing for this game, but obviously that is not a thing. If you don't save the last token for after the cat chase, then, because I guess the reason is that it starts the Black Cat chase right away, which would mean having to go back to MJ's apartment after the chase, which is way, way worse, because the chase leaves you really far away. And actually pretty close. The chase also leaves you pretty close to where you have to go at the start of Chapter 7, so you kind of have to. Start spawn Doc Ock. Yeah, see, that'd be amazing. Like, chat could just have codes that just spawn bosses, or maybe not even have to be killed. Just make it like, I don't know how the points work, but just like make it like really cheap so that they could just spam them anywhere. And they don't necessarily have to be killed, but they're just like obstacles.
You do know I'm chasing you, right?
You know, points to turn on swingless mode. Like, you can't just takes away your swinging. Spawn 20 snipers. You just spawn the 20 snipers on during the Beck pits section, and it just becomes a shooting gallery. You could have like Ragdoll be a command.
Well, I wouldn't keep chasing you if you didn't keep breaking into places.
Except Beck is replaced by snipers. Might be easier for some. I guess either way, you get shot 3 times, you're dead. Maybe it's not that different.
Black cat, huh?
Peter Parker mode for 1 minute. That'd be a really troll one in certain sections where Peter can't do it.
Black cat seems okay. Maybe a little bit of an attitude, though.
Oh. It's a shame, DC. Mysterio fight is a special moment. But I also feel like it isn't completely ruined by knowing that it's gonna happen. Like, it's just funny no matter what.
Ready, Spider-Man? Let's begin. I didn't do nothing, I swear. Do you like my
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, I agree, DC.
Technology on the movie Sorority Death Robots.
I don't know about your effects, but your education must have been special.
Oh god, like even the ones on the sidewalks. I'm getting like really bad luck on these pits.
I'm better than you,
Really bad.
and today I'm going to prove it.
But somehow Beck is also really bad at the game, so... Oh, that guy just walked in by himself. Cheers. Or not cheers? Well, cheers taken back, actually. How dare you? Oh, good luck, Koba.
You're even more pathetic than I expected.
Yeah, snipers are an interesting enemy. They can just shred you, but they also die in one combo. Okay, I guess I'm going over here.
I mastered this trick on the set of Ninjas of Madness 4. Playing ninja. What do you have against me?
You know, if you're
Oh, am I losing?
in school, you're really taking it out on the wrong guy.
Tie game. And... Oh well. Actually, not a bad run. I thought he had 5
Well,
points,
here we are
but
in
he
the
actually had
last round of
6.
inmates, and it's still too close to call. It's going to come down to the wire between
GG
these two.
Beck. There will be a re, but not right now. Yeah, I'm out of here. See ya.
Even the audience isn't real. Beck is the real.
I mean, it
problem here.
happens, DC. If you go for like the good strat here, sometimes you just kind of tie. Usually you can avoid it, but I actually could have there if I was paying attention, but
Water to clear out the sinuses.
yeah. I just decided I'm done with Beck's shit, and you know, I've got better things to do, so. Yeah, I think you got it, Koba. You got it. Wonder if it's possible to somehow fail while out here and then, like, warp back to Vex Arena as Peter.
Ooh, sorry, Pete. No assignments at the moment. Come back later, okay? Not today, I'm afraid. Don't let that stop you from asking me later, though, okay? Things come up all the time.
Yeah, this is casual play for me. Yeah, some areas, some chunks won't be loaded. Like if I go to where the actual theater is, I'm pretty sure that chunk will be unloaded, and I could pretty easily soft block myself. But I'm kind of headed that direction anyways, so I guess we'll see. Maybe not. Oh no, this is a theater. Where am I? Vex Arena. I've gone the wrong way for that. That's why it's loaded. For some reason I thought wrong. But yeah, I mean, the game just kind of still functions somehow despite all this. I think if I die out here, it should bring me back. I don't see why I wouldn't. Great dying animation. Alright, though, that's gonna be the end of the stream. So it was a pretty fun stream. Probably be back tomorrow, probably. But
Ready, Spider-Man?
thanks
Let's
for
begin.
watching and shit. And I hope you all have a good one. Great animation, yep. Peace out.